love craft beers. Anyone else craft beer fans? Love them. I like drinking them at home, though. That's the thing. I don't like drinking them at the brewery because they never just give you the beer and leave you alone. They always feel the need to tell you the whole story of the brewery. And you're like, oh, I didn't mean to give you the idea that I cared. I'm so sorry. I don't care how you got the loan for this place. Just here to have a beer, you know? And they always make me feel dumb, like I never taste what I'm supposed to taste in the beer. They're like, do you taste the pine needles in there? No, I guess my tongue is stupid. I don't taste any of that. Do you taste a hint of maple syrup? Do you taste a hint of maple syrup? You know what happened? The brewer was making pancakes that morning, and a little bit of the syrup on his fingers. Some of it dabbled into the batch. Some people taste a hint of maple syrup. Do you taste a hint of maple syrup? Hard no. I don't taste any of that. I just drink this because it tastes better than Bud Light and gets me drunk faster. That's all we're doing here. But they don't leave you alone. Some guy will come back. These are our hops. Smell our hops. They're grown in the Appalachian Mountains, and they're tended to by a hermit with an inverted penis. And he puts the hops on his back, and he brings them down the mountain. Now he's got spina bifida. He leans to the left. We call him Lefty. He's a hoot. I do not care. I'm on a date. Drop off the beers. Walk away.
No champagne or girly drinks, we drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer. No
yeah,
champagne
baby.
Or girly drinks, we drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer.
What is up, everybody? We are back in the house. Happy Thursday to you. Happy pre-Memorial Thursday to you, pre-Memorial Day. So, yeah. It wasn't StreamYard this time. I'm actually dealing with some stuff at work that I'm got going on in the background. So I was telling Todd and Mal earlier.
Just blame StreamYard.
Yeah, they seem to get their stuff together finally. But yeah, we're going to be drinking some beers tonight. We're going to have a little fun. Well, three out of four people here will. Unfortunately, Mal's feeling a little down. Mal, I don't know. Maybe. Well, Dave had the back thing before. He still got a little bit of back. Now you got the thing. So it's kind of like it's going around. So.
Yeah, it seems that way. And the saddest thing was I was bartending that day. I had been rocking it all day. All the cocktails were great. All the beers were great. I was up with the dishes. I was on top of everything. I changed 3 kegs. I was just, I had this down. And one guy at the bar asked me for a cup of ice. So I turn around and I fill a cup with ice and I turn to him to hand it to him. And I face first collapsed onto the low back, just completely gave out. 4 of my coworkers witnessed my fall, and 3 of them had to help lift me to a chair. And I hoped it would improve by not moving for a day or so, and it didn't. And after a half hour of screaming trying to get to the bathroom, I was like, maybe I need to go to the emergency room. So me on some medications that I am not allowed to have alcohol with. So
those are guidelines. That's not etched in stone. Those
You're right. That's just
guidelines. Yeah.
That's just a loose suggestion.
Sorry,
suggestion. Yeah.
If you have this with alcohol, you could go into a deep enough sleep that you could stop breathing. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to risk that.
In my days when I took Vicodin, we used to have chasers. So yeah.
Diazepam? I don't know what diazepam.
I got one of those here.
Yeah.
Diazepam.
Your ass ain't gonna be feeling nothing after it.
Jenny goes, "Oh," I said, "You heard that?" She goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, "Yeah, you probably shouldn't be drinking with that."
Yeah.
It's pretty clear about the whole, fall asleep and quit breathing thing. I'm like, I think I'd rather
risk it.
Well, it's not like you're working heavy machinery.
I'll trade you like a Norco, and that'll just intensify the effect.
We're going to open up a drug trading market right here on the show tonight, folks.
Why not?
That one's just the muscle relaxant. They have me on 2 others for the pain. So, all of that, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
Well, we don't want you falling out like Leonard DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. So,
I already can barely keep my eyes open. Honestly, I've been asleep for pretty much the last 24 hours. I can't stay awake. So
Yeah. I've hit you. Yeah.
But I don't
there.
sleep, so it's a bonus.
But now we get to look into the future and then see what Mallory will be when she's in her later years. So just sitting here like enjoying a little coffee. Chew, it's cold in here. Can you turn it up?
Oh, if you had any idea how many cups of tea that man has had to make me the last 3 days, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but then you got to get up and pee all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
You're assuming.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's taking good care of you. So
he really is.
yeah.
They're laughing and waiting for me to ask for his help when I'm on the floor trying to do exercises. So yeah.
Oh, is he there with you now? Or is he
No,
at work?
At work.
No, he's at, okay. All right. Well, look at it this way. At least it happened before Ontario.
True.
At least it happened at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to give you some silver linings here.
Yeah.
And the doctor said
I
I
got a
can't
guy
go
if you need him.
I
My
can't
guy's
go back
good.
until the 26th, according to the doctor. So I do have a few days off to try and recuperate.
Yeah. So you think you go back on the 26th or?
Well, they said I wasn't allowed to work until the 26th, but my co-manager has said if you're still not good on that day, that she has me covered. So she's taking care of it too.
Work is one thing, but when can you drink again's the other question.
The real question, everybody.
Yeah. Well, they only give me 6 days worth of pills, so it should be soon.
Okay, well, hopefully you're back up and getting around there. I mean, obviously, no getting crazy over Memorial Day. No getting crazy. Dave's going to make a house call because, he's in the area.
Yeah.
Forget Dr. Detroit. We got Dr. Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So hopefully, you get back. And obviously, you can't do too much celebrating on Memorial Day weekend, but keep the resting and taking it easy and just build up the stamina for later.
Working on it.
Let's see. Check the chat here real quick. Let me see here. I've not had those yet. So I didn't get to that part yet. Vanessa's looking at the thing. So in this week's poll question, I have to go back over to here. If you take a look in the chat at the top, tonight we have the live stream poll, and the poll question is, of the 4 choices there, what is your favorite style of IPA? So I can get my thing again up here. We have the sour, we have the New England hazy, we have the milkshake, and we have the black. So just of those 4 styles, what's your favorite? So right now we have the New England hazy leading the way at 60%. You got some votes in there, voting there for the sour, the vote in the black. No one on the milkshake. No one's liking the milkshake IPA.
Probably
yet,
the only one who chose the black IPA.
Yeah.
I would choose the black IPA too. I like malts. I want a Scotch ale instead, so the black IPA is what I'm going to get.
Well, don't let me see any of those you lactose intolerant people choosing the milkshake because you're not supposed to have it. As Joe would say, if you do, that's on you. So, I mean, literally, it could be on you if you're not careful. But Vanessa was saying you have not had any of those type of IPAs. Knowing Vanessa being a stout person, I think she would lean towards the black IPA.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Rusty's in the house. Says, cheers, my crazies. Great to see you there, Rusty, as well. Hey, Po Girl, welcome back. Cheers, my friend. Oh no, on the oh no. I don't know what the oh no was for yet. Oh no for Mal. I see down the line as I get down it. So yeah, Mal's fighting that through right now. Emerson in the house.
Okay,
what's up, Rod and gang? Slamming a white. What? Are you kidding me right now, Emerson? Stop me in my tracks.
Just sitting out back an extra week on that.
Oh, laughing hurts a lot. Don't do that.
You're getting the people upset there. Emerson drinking out White Claw. Surge, 8%, eating Cajun boiled peanuts. Hello, ladies. Now, share them pills. Cheers, y'all.
I think I need them. I shouldn't be sharing, man. I think I need these.
I never finish off. Whenever I get pain medication, I never finish off. So I always have like stuff left over. So I don't know. I got a high pain tolerance, I guess, after a point. So, or I'm a saver. I don't know. Either one.
I don't like taking all the pain medication because that like messes up your stomach too.
It does. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah. I don't want to get hooked like Brett Favre. And then you start robbing welfare people. So, because that could be a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Join the Elysian Space Dust 8.2. It'd be nice, Russ. I haven't had that in a while. I haven't had any Elysian in a good amount of time. But Space Dust is a solid one. Don't they have a double Space Dust now? I think they have a double IPA version of it. I believe.
Probably. Honestly, don't know, but.
I will say for pumpkin beers, their night out's one of the better pumpkin beers I like out there.
Yeah, that one is a good one.
Yeah. Big Daddy in the house, sipping a Miller High Life. Mallory, every Jewel grocery store has MGD. That should be a done deal.
I didn't see it at mine, so
I went into mine last weekend because I was looking for something else. They had singles, they had 6-packs, 12-packs, 24-packs, you name it. My Jewel had MGD.
They went to everyone except Mal.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you guys. I wish I could be happy too.
Maybe you're like in the uppity part of town. They don't drink MGD where you're at.
Yeah.
It is a little uppity.
The little bougie area.
No, it's definitely North Shore-esque. I know that. It's great.
We don't want none of that clouding up our space here.
We don't drink MGD where we're Vans. Are you kidding me? Oh, feel better, Big Daddy said as well.
Thank you, Big Daddy.
You can drink again, you'll be good to work, right? That's always the opening thing. Can I drink? Then I can work.
You at work. That's literally my job.
I'm gonna need to be drinking to be working. JT said, hey, get well soon, Mal. Great to see you, JT, too. JT wasn't here with us last week, so great to have you back, buddy. Pogo, not familiar with any of them. Yeah, they're for the many variants we have of IPAs now. So,
real quick, JT, are you going to go to May Festiversary this weekend?
What is May Festiversary?
It's the two breweries that are close to us, Beguile and Dovetail. They have like a joint little festival on Memorial Day weekend. Oh, so that's always a good time. So, yeah, it's like in between the two breweries. So they have food trucks and bands and everything. So, yeah, that's usually a good time.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think we were there when we was up in Chicago last year. Is it kind of like they're right next door to each other, right? With the street?
Yeah, it's like a half a block away.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But they like share this big alley area.
Yeah.
So,
that's what it was. Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cheers to Bart in house.
Basically across the street, you're at the other one.
Yeah. Bart says, "Rest up, Mallory." Got Blue in the house. Cheers, Blue. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you.
Hi, Blue.
Got to talk a little bit about Atlanta. Got some Georgia action to talk about too on the show tonight. High pain tolerance, Jenny, right? I mean, what was I watching a video earlier? The guy on TikTok had me cracking up just talking about the stuff had to go through and just different things. And he said, yeah, you kids got like a helmet and knee pads on. Said when we did it, we just had a towel around our neck and we were jumping off of roofs thinking we were superheroes. Like
we were playing Evel Knievel when we were out
right.
It was either the towel around the neck for the cape or it was the umbrella the Mary.
Like the Mary Poppins jump off. Yeah.
I did both.
Yeah.
So, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, and before it gets dark, so I added a tractor. Oh, wait, wrong side. Added a
Oh, there
tractor
you go.
to my
Into the green screen. Into the
my
green screen.
so that it looks more real.
That's pretty
Pretty
fancy.
touch, right?
That is. That's a nice touch. Fits so perfectly in the frame too.
I
Yeah,
know.
works well.
Look at Todd playing with Photoshop over there.
Yeah, you're doing good on Adobe.
You guys didn't know last
I should put a farmer out there just sitting on top of it, also with a beer in hand, but I, didn't think about it.
You guys didn't know, but last week he moved to LA. That's still his background. So, okay.
Let's see. Then pain medicines will bind you up. Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
Are you guys? Are you allergic to any medicine? Like they always ask me, and I'm like, not that I found. I'm like, give it to me, whatever you got. I'm good to go. Yeah.
Same here.
Like before they gave me the Norco, which I normally hate, but I was in so much pain. I'm like, you got to give me. I'll take it. I'll take a softener. But they gave me some other like opioid that really like I couldn't sleep with that. That just had me wired, and it was bad. I was in so much pain for my back, and then I can't sleep. It just made it even worse.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That would have been good during the techno years.
Yeah.
Taking a little opioid, go to the club. Go ahead, crank that Moby.
Not allergic to Vicodin, but my reaction to it is bad enough that I will never take it again. So,
Is it like a bodily reaction, or like your head or your mind? Like, is it just like
mind? I lose control of emotions. So I will be in the middle of a sentence. I will start laughing in the middle of the sentence, be sobbing by the end of it, apologizing profusely right after that, and then I'll just forget what I was talking about and walk away. And people think that I'm literally insane. So that happened in college when I messed up my back, and they put me on Vicodin, and I was a basket case, and I had to stop taking it because it was I had no control over anything.
On the other hand, from a purely outside perspective, having you on Vicodin and watching the wall would be one interesting experience.
I'll tell you, my best friend was my roommate and witnessed what happened to me on this. She still laughs her ass off because I was trying to get food, and someone came up to talk to me about something that was important. But the whole time they're talking, I'm thinking, I gotta get food, and all of a sudden I'm like, I have to get food now! And I walked away, and then I came back to her, and I am just sobbing my eyes out. I'm so sorry. It was so stupid. I'm so sorry. And then I start laughing. Oh my God. It was insane.
Like any good friend, she mocked your pain. That's your best friend right there.
She still thinks it's hilarious.
Good thing that was like pre-cell phone days, and there's no videos of all this.
Oh yeah, there was thank God there were no videos.
Another benefit from being back then. Yeah.
Freshman, sophomore in college, something like that. So yeah, I wasn't making friends that year.
Let's see. Emerson says space dust rules. It's a smack in the face. Yeah, not like the one I just had on one of my last reviews. I got hit with the big hops. That was the one I did the other night. I can't remember which one it is now, but it's on the channel. So yeah, that was a pretty much punch in the face. I liked it though. Nice hoppy bitterness, great refreshing taste. But I haven't had space dust in years.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, it's been a while. Also, I can remember. I remember when it first came to distro here, and I was so excited about it. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I see it on tap at a lot of restaurants.
The first time I tasted it was the last time I tasted it. It was a little side for me personally. My face crumpled, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I know I could recognize that it was an excellent IPA, but it wasn't my favorite thing. So it's a great beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Fiddlehead Imperial IPA that I just did. That's a really good one. So I'll have to get some more of those. It's so funny. The first few beers I've been putting on the channel that I picked up in New Jersey were all Vermont. I was in New Jersey, but they're like all Vermont beers that I was actually trying thus far. So Yeah, love there's no evidence of all that tomfoolery back in the day, right? Yeah.
God.
And
I mean, there's probably some stuff out there that, it's pretty good it wasn't recorded for sure.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
All right. So, So, that being said, what are y'all drinking? I mean, Mal's got the coffee. Dave, Todd.
good, Dave.
I got the special edition, just came out yesterday, 15th anniversary Daisy Cutter. This one's really good. This is like a tropical. And then they have another one that's in collaboration with Sierra Nevada, which is a double that, oh, God, that's phenomenal. But yeah, I'm doing the tropical right now from Half Acre and Daisy Cutter.
Nice. Todd, what do you got over there?
This is Evil Twin Brewing. It is 7% ABV, double dry hopped IPA.
Ooh.
Nice.
I haven't had an Evil Twin in a while either.
Yeah, they always put out good stuff.
It's the first one I've picked up in a long while, too. So I was like, oh, yes.
I think I am the evil twin.
We haven't. Go ahead.
Especially at the discounted price I got it at. So I got it right, Jake.
Oh, what'd you get on it?
So I got 2 4-packs of this, 3 4-packs of one I'll have next, and a porter. So basically a case for $15.99.
In the cart.
Not bad. That's not bad at all. Look at you learning, young Jedi. Might be a master now. Yeah, the last Evil Twin I had, because I've only seen it like once or twice here, but it was a deal. I got it at one of my local spots now. It was a 4-pack of the Imperial Biscotti, 4-pack of the pint cans. Let's play. How much do you think it was? Mal, how much do you think?
A 4-pack?
$3.50.
$3.50? Oh, Dave,
I'm gonna
it was a 4-pack for $3.50.
I'm gonna go $7.49.
$7.49? Okay, Todd.
Yeah, I was gonna say $7.99, but
okay, all right. Shannon.
4-pack of what?
Evil Twin, 16-ounce cans, Imperial Biscotti.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
What was that?
Has that ever stopped you before?
Well, what's the ABV?
You know what's funny? I was about to tell you what the ABV was before you asked that question. I think it's like 11%.
Okay, I'll say $10.
Well, that's pretty good. Because the true number was $9.99.
But if this was the Price is Right, you'd have gone over and
you'd have been over. Yeah, you'd have been over. Wah wah wah.
But you did. You got it. We'll get that one.
Oh, 19. No. This is Rod J deals. We don't go that high to Rod J deals.
That's not the question. There, you can do that. Rod J.
What up, Rod in the house? Cheers, homie. Oh, he's got the classic Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Nothing wrong with that. Vanessa says, "Hey everyone, I got parked." I don't know what you're going with that slang for. I mean, what you guys are doing in the privacy and safety of your own home, that's your call. I'm just saying. They call it parking cars now. Okay, I thought it was Netflix and chill, but hey, it is what it is.
I want to have my turn. Mine is the color of motor oil, super, super dark, very roasty and toasty. Now, I heard some of the ingredients are out of Colombia. That's where the roasting was happening. But it was actually brewed here in-house by Chew himself.
Oh, there you go.
I got to say,
brewmaster.
Personally, I like mine where you can float a spoon on top, but he made it a little lighter today, so you got a nice feel. It is a little on the cooler side because the pot's been off for a little bit, but honestly, it's quite drinkable, crushable for sure.
Is it brewed by Juan Valdez?
I don't know, Maxwell House, I guess.
Straight black, cream, sugar.
Straight black, yeah.
Sweet and low.
No adjuncts in my brew.
No adjuncts, old school. All right. Let's see here. Oh, you're up in Massachusetts. Okay. Are you up there for up there with the hub, the brother? Oh, yep. There you go. I picked up a pizza for my brother when he returns to the trucking yard. Okay. Are you in the border then of Massachusetts? Because you're in Connecticut. So I think it's a long little run for a pizza. But you got to drive it, pick it up because you got to get them at the trucking yard. And you got to do a more of a drive. Let's see here. Probably hit a joint here in a while. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Hey, 21, 22 legal states now? I mean, if you're in one, good for you. Two, you're not breaking the law. JV in the house. Cheers, my friend. Great to see you. Happy Thursday to you, buddy. Coffee, yum. Military bloodline, yeah. We're consuming a lot of coffee in the military. Oh, a thrash raid. Well, heck yeah. Hopefully Thrash is doing well. 39 miles north of home. Okay, so you had to go pick him up from work. You grabbed a pizza up there. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Hashtag no curtain jokes. You didn't see the update to the green screen, Todd. I mean, JV that Todd put in.
Out of the way there.
Look at that. Got a tractor. Got a tractor out there now.
It does look fake. That's why we just looked out back and we're like, it doesn't look nothing like that on
Yeah, it looks so
like it does
fake
the
on
screen.
there. It totally
Yeah.
looks like a green screen.
So I
Yeah.
had to say, I added the tractor for, nice effects there.
Todd passed the Adobe certificate programs. There you go.
It looks like we're on one of those like shows, and you can obviously like when the city's in the background, and you can obviously tell it's not really the city, that it's like a ARP or something.
Yeah, speaking of Missouri, that's where Rod's at. Hopefully you're doing okay there. I know you guys have had some crazy weather coming through. Actually, where Todd and Shannon, you guys have some stuff coming your way too, right? Like it's been crazy.
A big storm just come through about a half hour ago. Oh, right before we went live, actually.
Yeah, but I think tomorrow is going to be more of an intense day. They were kind of saying up through the Ohio region and stuff too. So
it's supposed to rain, I think, from now until Tuesday. Tuesday.
I saw a map earlier this week, and it was, I think, like 7 states that have not had a tornado this year.
Oh wow!
It was like Maryland, where I'm at, Delaware, New Jersey, and I know it was like Maine and Vermont up that way, but I don't know if the whole Northeast got it. I think Rhode Island didn't. I don't think Connecticut got something. Vanessa would know if they did, but then the other two, like 1 or 2, were like out like Idaho, not even Idaho, because I think Idaho has something, but like up near Washington or something. So yeah, but it's just like
or something.
Did you see that one in Iowa the other night?
flattened the whole town. 2,000 people in that town flattened the whole. It was like 60 miles like southwest of Des Moines, because Des Moines, Iowa is one of my states that I actually handle. So then I had to be like, it was like I waited a couple of days to start calling people because I don't know, they might not have been out with family, friends, having to rebuild some stuff. But most of the people I talked to, they were all fine. They said they had the high winds come through, but nothing like that destruction. That was kind of crazy. And then one of the spots down in Oklahoma and Texas, I think, got hit as well. And they're expecting more intensity. And today, the weather people came out with predicting, like, I think it was like 13 to like 17 or 19 hurricanes they're expecting, but some project up to 25. Like, it's the most hurricanes they projected ever coming this year, they're saying. So kind of crazy. And then you can, with the hurricanes, then you get the flooding that follows behind that because of the high water coming in, especially if you're down in Louisiana and Texas and Florida and all. It's just, well, it's crazy, man. Whew, but at least climate change isn't real. So, yeah, we got that on our side. So yeah, go to Miami now before it's underwater, right? That's what they used to say. Miami, New Orleans. You better enjoy it now while you can.
Part of the ocean.
Westfield, Massachusetts, or as the little kids say, Massachusetts.
Aww.
Or as Mike Tyson says, Massachusetts. This is high to JV. What do we think about? What do you think about Mike Tyson and the Jake Paul fight upcoming? I mean,
I hope he knocks his block off.
Yeah.
Tyson kicks his, what.
Golly. Angry much?
I don't like. They're all full of themselves and make money for no reason.
Well, if there's something like I can beat the shit out of you is a way.
I mean, it'd be fair. It'd even it out just a little bit.
I think it's like a 4-round fight, so it'll be interesting. Liz says, hi, everybody. We're grinding up some GMO cookies, and I'm sipping a spiteful lager. Very nice. What did Liz? Liz posted something on Facebook. A show she's about to watch that's coming back. I can't remember the name of it is, but I never watched the first season. I was kind of like, I'm interested. I can't think of the name of the show. JT, ask Liz what show she just posted that she's going to be watching.
Yeah, I remember posting something, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
I should say that. I remember.
On Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook. I tell you what, I've been watching them on Prime.
I need to start watching.
Oh no, you don't, Shannon, because I can tell I know how you are. You'll be like, I can't be around people for like a day. You'll just be like, you'll be so ripped. I mean, I've had friends that had to stop watching it because it was so disturbing for them that they're just like they couldn't deal with it in their head. I mean, I like to see what you would think of it, but I just know how you are. You'd be like,
yeah, no, I don't.
I got that on my.
The first couple episodes were upsetting. The first
Mal saw the first couple episodes, and then what did you think of it? Like, the intensity level was definitely ramped up on the show.
Intensity was insane. Like I was feeling it. I did not stop because I wasn't enjoying it. I was enjoying it. It's really, really well made, well done, really intense. But I just didn't have time to be watching a new show.
Yeah.
So I'll come back to it at some point when my world calms down a smidge. I mean, technically, I could be binge watching it right now, but Chu wants to see it too, and he's at work. So,
yeah.
But
it's complicated when that happens.
I know.
Yeah. And I think the second season comes back like in June or something, I believe. I know because they did this one like 2022, I think, and then they were off because of some of the writer's strike and things like that happened. But now they're coming back with the second season. But the first 4 episodes have just been like, you leave and you're like, I need a second just to gather my thoughts after watching it. Yeah,
like
it's
disturbing as in children and animals, or disturbing.
It's disturbing in the attitudes of the time of the family when they move into the neighborhood. Some of the horror stuff, the horror stuff that kind of gets you at times as well. And it's just like it's like a psychological play that comes out of the show.
Rod, I did see after we talked about the last time when you were saying that you were watching it, I saw a preview for it on TikTok, and it was the black family that moved in and those old, like bitty bitches across the street staring them down. And I was like, oh, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. It gets pretty intense.
It really does.
Right?
Huh?
They get
what?
Right?
Well, I'm only 4 episodes in, but there's some intensity, and like the husband is like a military veteran.
Yeah.
So there's like parts where he deals with PTSD and like things like set him off a little bit that you'll see in the show, and then the reason why they moved to California from what happened to him in the South, it's just like all these different things, and it's just like, yeah.
All of it was.
Yeah, I watched it. I'd be like, I probably would have died about it. I'd have had to kill somebody, and I got killed. Probably. I mean, it was just like it gets you so infuriated watching some of the parts. But it's good writing.
Yeah, I'm okay with it as long as they get what's coming to them by the end.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's kind of one of those shows that's like that piece of America historically that everybody wants to try to hide out like it never happened. Right. And you need to rip the bandage off and say, hey, this is it, and this is how you get better by going back and seeing how things were, so you don't go back and do stuff like that again. And that has more of a ability to pull people together than to separate people, because it's like you get different perspectives and stuff. So it's just like, I mean, it pulls it right off, and you're just like, that's some messed up shit.
I don't want to forget that shit happened. So that stuff, it disturbs me and it bothers me, but I need to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I might check it out.
There wasn't a non-tense moment. Honestly, even walking the kid to the school bus stop, like there was no moment that wasn't tense. It's just, it's a constant tense feeling in that show, which is crazy that it's just people trying to live their lives and it's that tense,
Yeah.
But that's how it was for some folks, and that sucks. And it should never happen to anyone ever.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
So now I'm getting pissed.
But I didn't show my beer. So speaking of the beer that I'm actually going to have tonight, well, I'm cleaning out the fridge a little bit, so I'm going to knock out the Lagunitas Willati's Coffee Stout 12.4, and we'll talk about them here in a second too. So I'm going to go ahead and get that baby.
Yeah, I got to hit my bennies and load up.
Stout coffee. He went away.
There we go. There I'm back. Yeah. So yeah, I got this is my last one that I got whenever they came out with it last time. But well, I'll wait till we talk about the story here in a second. But yeah. JV says, hope all is well, Rajay and crew. Yes, definitely. Well, I mean, Mal's got the back thing she's dealing with right now, but I think everybody else is doing okay. And Dave's got the back thing he's getting over. So
yeah.
I see the doc next week, and whatever he did's not helping. So you're gonna have to go give me the full back surgery because this shit's not right.
Because you're like what? You're past the 10 days now, right? Like it's supposed to.
Yeah, it was weird. The 10th day, I woke up feeling pretty good. Like it was a little bit sore, but I'm like, all right, I could see, but I still can't walk a block or even went to the grocery store and didn't get MGD, but I got some like pop for Ruby and like just trying to pick up like a 12-pack of pop. It's like, nah, this ain't right.
Yeah. Let's see, Vanessa. Your brother should be back in 2 hours. Okay, so you got to wait for him. All right. Vanessa, Boston baked beans are baking in my oven. You know what? Memorial Day, I can see you definitely having the Boston baked beans coming out, which will be good. They will be done at midnight. Very nice. Hashtag Shannon Rocks from JV.
Aw. Thank you.
GMO cookies, good. I'm going to smoke some apple and bananas. There you go.
Well, after my beer, I'm going to have a THC drink, so we'll see how that hits me.
Oh yeah.
Have three. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
got a topic on that here in a second too from the beer news there about Chicago and the THC stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
Oops,
crazy.
typo. Oh, because you said Shannon Rock.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I didn't either.
Let me see. Yeah, the Missouri weather is crazy. Yeah, it's been Missouri, well, like Oklahoma, Arkansas, all coming up, Texas, from like that. The whole just, I think right now we're seeing that shift of Tornado Alley going east.
For
So
sure.
that's kind of affecting things there.
It's definitely coming closer our way. Sure.
Yeah, so Connecticut haven't had any state in their state either, so that's one of the states. So yeah, but it was just weird. You saw all these different because they had the map, and each state they had the number of tornadoes they've had this year. Now my old state would have been Kentucky, and they definitely had some tornadoes already. What's up, Alan? Cheers, folks! Big storm coming here to Central Canada too. Oh wow! You know what else is coming to Canada? Rajay coming to Canada.
Yep.
Talk about big storm. Todd and Shannon. Shannon's a big storm. She's coming up there. And then you got the Malin Shoe train coming through too. So
Are you gonna have like commemorative shirts printed for this?
I have no idea what everybody's doing there yet. So
Last year, I had shirts.
yes,
made.
you had shirts last year? Let's see, there you go.
And Shane
Right.
made shirts for the year before. No, Brian did. Brian the beer snob made the shirts the year before.
I mean, I've never been a huge sometimes you go to Disney World and you see the whole family gathering, they all like the same family shirt. I've never been a huge person to do like I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like if you've done that with your families or thought about doing that, whatever. But I see like 40 people all walking around with the same shirt. I'm kind of like,
We wear them for one photo. We don't wear them when we're going out and about, and everybody just has it afterwards. But we wear it for one photo. So,
well, yeah. Well, I've seen them like in the parks and stuff where they kind of do that. It's like the Smith family reunion or something. They're all walking around with it.
It might be good in the case that if you get separated, you can find each other easier.
Well, yeah. Or if you want to get away, just give a shirt to a little kid and have them run around on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got your other Smith. That's not our kid.
Yeah.
Wrong Smith. Like, no, your shirt's matched. No, it's not ours. The other reunion.
Hey, we have a rainbow back there now, but you can't see it.
There's two of double
Yeah, we have a double rainbow, but the other one's pretty light.
Ooh, double rain. You guys did have rain earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a big storm that come through right before we came on here.
Yeah.
We always get a rainbow. Every time it rains and then the sun comes out, I look for that rainbow, and it's usually out there.
Yeah.
It's the same spot.
It is.
I'm just checking something here real quick. Let me look at the poll. So the poll wise, New England hazy still ahead 64%. Sour, we got some sour in there now, 27%. We had sour before, we didn't have milkshake. And just the lone Dave with the black IPA, I think is a 9. So if you're not a black IPA, you should definitely try it. It's a good IPA.
Kind of shocks me though. I would have thought that it did better than just Dave voting on it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know how to get to your poll. Where is it?
It's on the comment in the chat.
I got it.
See it either.
Yeah, if you scroll up to the top, it's at the top of the chat. That's where the polls always go.
No, my first one is I have not had those yet from Vanessa.
Not you can't see it on the StreamYard one. You have to do it on the actual YouTube channel.
Oh, on the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up on my phone instead. That'll be easier.
We did have some bad storms. So yeah, so you're in Arkansas, JV. So stay safe there too, because I think you guys might be possibly in the area of rains tomorrow. They were talking about enhanced weather, as they call it. It's enhanced risks now. Heavy rains earlier today in Connecticut. Hi, Shannon from Vanessa to Shannon there. Been a rough week. Feel like golf clubs with a Delta flight. That's what it is. Outer Range.
Yeah.
Outer Range is a show. Yeah, and I've been wanting to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but
Yeah, season 2 just came out, so
yeah.
Like I like it, but I'm not a big fan of Josh Brolin.
Really?
Yeah, because he beat his wife up. He beat up Diana Lane when they were married.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't. Once I hear something like that, it just sticks in my head, and I'm like, I don't like that asshole.
So, what's your thoughts on Diddy now?
I was never that big of a fan anyway.
I know. Everybody's talking about the apology video. It's like, you know what? It's easy to apologize when you know you can't be charged for them anymore. They can't charge them. It's past the what's it called? Statute of limitations. So yeah.
Let's wait for the Diddy Chris Brown tour.
Yeah. Well, they got other people. Some other woman just came out claiming to be raped. She raped her as well. So I mean, he might in that jail cell next to R. Kelly at some point. We'll see. Well,
I swear, people are fucking idiots.
money and power can corrupt people.
They get.
They can do everything.
I think they get bored.
I think they think they can do anything and get away with it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Nope, those are not fun.
Okay, I managed to vote. Woohoo!
Oh, you voted. There you go. Oh, I know what you voted for. That's all the numbers shit. Last show of season 2 for Beacon 23 is next Sunday. I've never heard of Beacon 23.
I haven't either.
You know what's an interesting show you should watch is City on the Hill with Kevin Bacon. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good show.
City on the Hill.
Yeah. Like a Showtime show, but I think Showtime, they and Paramount Plus do some stuff together now, so it might be on there too. Police Academy 7, still the best movie of all time. Prove me wrong. Well, speaking of
Fallout.
You finished what?
Fallout.
you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? What did you think of it?
Yeah, I liked it. At the beginning, when I first started watching it, I was kind of like doing other stuff and watching it, so I was kind of like, it's okay, but I wasn't really giving it a chance. But by the end of it, I really liked it.
Did you find the main character annoying at points as well watching it?
At first, I did.
Yeah.
It started to remind me of myself.
You're like, oh, she's so bad after all.
No, I was like, shit, Shannon, maybe you should,
Well, she was it was just so naive because she had not been out there, but it's kind of like some points it's like, geez, like, yeah. So
just expects the best out of everybody. She thinks everybody's like, follows the golden rule, like,
So it's all out now?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
the guy. I can't think of the guy that plays the cowboy, but he's my favorite character on there.
oh yeah,
He does everything he does is pretty good, but he's like one of those ones that are never the lead person, but always like really good in the roles he's in.
yeah, I like him. What did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
No, I missed Sons of Anarchy. Was he in that?
Yes, he was like a wasn't a prostitute, but it was a man dressed as a woman, I think.
Yeah.
And
Walter Groggins.
what'd you say?
I think his name is
Walter
Walter.
Groggins?
I think the guy's name is
Yeah.
Walter. Yeah.
Now with John Goodman.
Oh yeah, we're watching Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones,
Yeah, he's in
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins, yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
I didn't know he was in that too.
Yeah, he's the ghoul.
Yeah, wasn't he in the Shield
Yeah,
too?
the ghoul. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Seems like he's one of those guys, he just shows up in everything. He's always so good in everything too.
He's always good at everything he plays, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't type on this phone. Join the world on that one. Yeah, we all have like typos on the phone.
Yeah, our fingers are too big for the time.
I will let Blake after that. No, not even that. Maybe I might do some other stuff with the channel at some point. I was going to say I might actually do a thing tomorrow night, but I'll talk about that a bit too. So I can't watch stuff that riles me. I'm too old for that stuff. It keeps you energized. It keeps you invigorated, though. Watching some of that stuff, I like pieces like that. So
Makes you feel things you don't get to feel very often.
yeah.
To remind you that you should be feeling some other things.
Ew.
Well, you get different places.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Or that's what she said.
Weird time travel western. Yeah, I've seen the trailer on it before, but it does have a sci-fi appeal to it. So I like sci-fi, so I'd be kind of interested in it.
First season was pretty good.
That's
so
what keeps
ready to
me. That's what keeps me invested. But I have like this. It's like it kind of feels like the Lost was like they don't know where they're going with this either. Like we're trying to figure where's this going, and I'm kind of like I don't know if the writers even know where it's going.
Trying to figure it out same time they are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see.
You never watched the last episode?
Yeah, I watched it.
Outer Range,
Yeah, I
Oh, you
watched it.
did?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, because he fell in the hole, and then
Yeah.
that.
Time, not tie travel time. Yeah, I didn't think they were going around picking out ties,
No, I am telling you, the best show ever. If you all, you have to invest in it though. You have to sit and pay attention to it. Is Dark on Netflix. It is one of the most I
haven't heard of Dark, I don't think.
It like thought stimulating, mind stimulating. Like you have to it's like a kind of a puzzle, but it's so good. And it's a German show that's dubbed over, but it's so good.
So are you saying Dark is kind of dark?
Yes, it's very dark. And that has time travel in it too.
And I know you
sci-fi.
said you get lost really quick if you don't pay attention to it.
Well,
too.
but sometimes you think you're lost, and then something happens, and you're like, "Oh, I'm really not lost."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's very highly rated too.
Let's see, I woke up one morning feeling good before 2. That's how I knew something was wrong. So smoking a brisket Sunday night to Monday morning. I make baked mac and cheese Sunday night. You got a lot of stuff going on there.
What time's dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think Vanessa's making rolls or biscuits.
Rolls.
Rolls.
You think she's
Popover.
doing rolls?
She's going popovers.
What's a popover?
It's kind of like a roll. They're big in Maine. Some places call them Yorkshire pudding, but it's just like this big.
The big puffy roll thing. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I know they were called that. Okay.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a souffle, but with a
Yeah.
biscuit.
Yeah.
Almost looks like it overran the muffin tin or whatever.
Yeah.
Puffy.
Yeah.
Like you microwave some eggs and it just
Yeah.
Oh.
exploded. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like puffy and light.
Mhm.
Mm.
You guys all have like old Char. You guys have old Charlies.
We used to.
No.
No.
You have
We don't even.
not Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse.
We do have that.
No. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
You
we
know
know.
Texas Roadhouse in Chicago?
Yeah, we
That
do.
Texas Roadhouse everywhere.
There's no chain restaurants in Chicago. There's
Mouse
one.
said Texas Roadhouse is there.
I have them by me.
Well, that's in the suburbs. In the city, we have one chain
That's
restaurant.
that's the
There's
bougie part
one
of town.
Olive Garden, and that's it. That's the only chain
Oh.
restaurant outside of like fast food or Portillo's. But there's
Yeah,
no
that's what
like,
I was gonna say. Portillo's. I'm like, how
Yeah.
many does it have to be?
Yeah.
Considered
No.
yeah, there's like no like, well, Red Lobster just went under, but there's no Red
Right.
Lobsters, anything like that. No
That's
chain
awesome though.
restaurants in the city.
Hmm.
What part of the
Well, I was
city?
I'm close to Wrigley Field. That would be like
Okay.
the one landmark. I'm about 2 miles away from Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that's kind of where the Bad Apple is, isn't it, or whatever?
I'm
Yeah.
right there. That's
That's
where I met
right.
my wife.
Oh,
We met on
wow.
our first date was the Bad Apple.
There you go.
Best hamburger on the
Best hamburger ever. Bringing people together. I tell you, it's Bad Apple.
Yep.
You ever in Chicago, you got to
Great
hit it
beer
up.
selection too.
See, Dave, you don't want to get a burger, you got to future wife out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna tell my Bad Apple story. So
Oh,
we met online. So we were online dating on OkCupid. And we were
Aw.
talking for a couple days and we're like, let's meet in person. And I didn't live in the city at the time. So, she told me where it was at. So I'm like, okay, I plugged it into my phone. And I'm like, oh shit, we're right across the street from Half Acre. So I got there early and went to Half Acre, grabbed the beer, met her. She gets a beet salad, which, speaking of intestinal problems, what happens after you eat beets. So like the next day she's like, oh shit, I gotta go to the doctor. And then I'm like, wait, you had beets? Oh, I'm okay, good, we could set up a second date now.
That's all good. It's all good. That's funny.
And
She
That-
was
that
like,
purple.
I just met a guy I liked and all of a sudden I'm dying.
That's pretty funny.
I'm sorry,
How long ago was that?
that was 8 years ago.
All right.
We just had our 5th anniversary last Friday.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Good luck. I'll
Thank
say
you.
good luck.
Yeah.
Not congratulations.
Yes. Chu and I did 5 years in September, so
Very good.
Can
Congrats.
you say good
Congrats.
luck? I feel like good luck is kind of like, if it doesn't make it, I just say good luck. Like I feel like you're kind of like hedging a little bit there with the
Well wishes. Well wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like good luck on that.
Yeah. After 5 years in a pandemic, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I did say with all due respect.
Or, no
You
offense.
heard
No
that.
offense, but
Yeah. Yeah, anybody that starts off with no offense, they're going to offend you coming next. So yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Everything Vanessa does, Po Girl sounds yummy. Everyone's coming to Canada, right? Yeah, you better put them on alert. Get the Mounties out there on the border. It's gonna be a parade coming through.
Now, Canada reminds me when I hear about like the border control or anything like that in Canada, or not border control, just their
I say border control.
police presence.
That's the other border. We're not going to that one.
Yeah, no. When I watched Mayor of Kingstown, when I was watching Mayor of Kingstown,
Oh, yeah, that's another good show. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner.
the
Yeah.
guy the cop that went to Canada to do border control, he was on like the Coast Guard or whatever they call it up there. And he's with his new partner and they stopped this boat and he's just like guns out, wanting to go on there, thinking they're doing a drug bust. But no, it was maple syrup. Like they were confiscating maple or trying to, whatever you call it when you bring mule
Yeah.
maple syrup. And I'm like, well, that makes sense for Canada.
Yeah.
Maple syrup, not heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? They probably go over like maple syrup, like it is heroin. They're pretty. They know they're maple syrup.
Yeah.
They go through. They probably put it in a little thing and shake it up, just like it's Coke or something.
Oh,
You know,
You know.
you trying to cut my you trying to cut my
sticking
shit.
it up their ass like they do with
Yeah.
heroin when they come across the border.
You trying to give me some 70% pure? This ain't real shit. This ain't the real shit. You cut it.
Stepped on it. What the?
Is it really that good?
Apparently, from the true maple is that good compared to what we get here, because you can buy true maple in the store. It's like you get a little bottle that's like $10 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, it's totally different than what like the sugar sweet and stuff that we use.
We'll find out because we'll have to try some. When we're
Yeah.
there.
I'm sure Shane will insist to try the real stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, he will.
I think Shane walks around like, well, you know, the whole holsters back with the Western. Shane keeps syrup in his. Like, they're not gun. It's just maple syrup. Maple syrup guns. You got pancakes over there? You got French toast? Just shoots the maple syrup at you.
He's gonna walk around like a waiter in a fancy restaurant, towel over one arm, pouring maple syrup for everyone. You know, would you like to smell pork? I mean,
yeah.
Gotta go there and do like a maple syrup flight.
Yeah.
Probably
It's as bad as like Baltimore here. They put Old Bay and everything. He's gonna be doing maple syrup like that.
Maple syrup.
It's like, Shane, I ordered spaghetti. It's good with maple syrup.
Yeah. Cut the acidity down in the tomatoes.
Yeah. There's another question. So, because this is something I didn't learn about until a few years ago. Because I've never did it when I used to make spaghetti. Do you guys put sugar in your sauce?
No.
My grandmother did.
I had
see,
put brown sugar in before.
You have put brown sugar in? Okay.
I've put brown sugar in before, but just like a tablespoon. It's never a lot. So
yeah, because sugar cuts the acid. People said.
Yeah, it cuts the acid, and it'll bring it down if I made it too spicy as well. It'll soften the spice. So yeah, I've done a tablespoon of brown sugar before in sauces. So
never thought about it. Actually.
Well, if I make anytime I've made a spicy pasta, I do like to put like a little bit of sugar to kind of
balance it.
the sweet and spicy.
Yeah.
I do like that.
yeah, it softens the spice a smidge.
Yeah, no, my grandmother did all the time. Whenever she made, Sunday dinners, she'd always, it wasn't a lot, maybe a teaspoon, a tablespoon, I forget.
Yeah.
But she always threw a little dash in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it goes back, like, because I know, Dave, you're Italian and stuff too, and if it's part of maybe Italian recipe or something like that, because it's like, was that something maybe back in the old days people used to do that maybe got lost along the way?
I don't do it on mine. And I have stomach issues, but I just don't like the extra sweetness. I'd rather taste the tomatoes, and some tomatoes you get that are sweet on their own, so you really don't need it.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Italy and be like, I'm here to see how you make the sauce.
Yeah.
See if I can run a poll like the fried bologna at the beer fest that time.
I will tell you, if you go to Italy and get lasagna, it's nothing like you get here. It's so much better. Oh my! And there's no like ricotta cheese. It's just like really thin layers. It was by far the best I've ever had. I made it once, but it took all day to make.
I was gonna say it's probably night and day.
Yeah.
There.
But it was so flipping good.
I feel like they use simple, like they don't overcomplicate it, but they use really good and really good ingredients. Like their tomatoes are fresh, like everything's fresh when they make it, and they don't add all the shit that we add to stuff. Well,
I'm going to grab my THC and I'm going to bring a can of crushed tomatoes that you should pick up because they're really good.
Oh, okay. When we go on family trips, we bring all the same curtains for our hotel rooms.
It's like a good comment, JB.
That's a lot of extra luggage room.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the sky does look cool behind your heads. Yeah, outside. Well, now it's dark out there now, but
that is my favorite.
You guys get nice when the sun goes down. You get some nice views.
Oh, and when the sun comes, like that is my favorite part of this house is the view.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other night because when we had to pick a lot in the neighborhood for the house, and I wanted a lot where the backyard was wooded, and I'm so glad they didn't have one available, and I'm so glad because I love this shit. But yeah.
What's up, Cattle? I was wondering, you ready to drink? It's like, what's going on? You finally made it. I love black IPAs. You can't beat a good New England. Oh, so that was the difference for you, huh? So you went New England over the black IPA. Yeah, New England's winning out right now. Nobody's got love for the milkshake IPA, though.
I went to New England also.
So if you're making sauce from home,
I've seen that can before.
Bianco.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the best. It's phenomenal, and it's like not imported. Like this is made in California and Arizona, but my God, is this good? Like Whole Foods has it, and it's not like it's more expensive than just the stuff you're going to get at the local grocery store. But
Right.
this is the shit right here.
Hold that up again, Dave. What's that? What's the name of it?
Bianco.
Oh, Bianco. Okay.
Yeah.
It was kind of glaring, so I couldn't tell.
Oh,
There
okay.
it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Bianco di
Oh my
Napoli.
God, it's like the best crushed tomato. It's got a really nice tartness to it. Nothing added. I think what is the can? It's tomatoes, sea salt, and a little citric acid.
So is Whole Foods? Is that the only place you've seen that one?
I think you could get them elsewhere, but when I went to my Whole Foods to pick something up, they had it on sale that week. So I just grabbed 6 cans just to keep in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can get like Kroger or some of the chains as well.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
Emerson, you're killing me, man.
I'll have to look.
I don't know where to get your classic Mal. Hold up, Mal.
I know. I'm doped up on something other than alcohol tonight. I'm aware. You're killing me,
Funny,
man.
you can't find anyone who said they used to like P. Diddy's music now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, L. Smith.
Was that the cherry? Did I
It
didn't see-
was. Yep.
Oh, sweet.
What's a
Let's see.
popular P. Diddy song?
Never had it before. I've had the regular, but
That's not it because he's had it before.
so this is the best deal for sure because it's 12% ABV,
Yeah.
and I got 12 of them. And out of a total of the 24, it was only 12 or 15.99. So
Oh,
You got 12 of the Speedway South in there?
yes,
It looks like
I could have got
Yeah.
all. I should have got all 24 of them for 15.99.
I mean,
yeah.
what's the ABV of that one again? That's like what, 10 or something?
12.
12, yeah. So yeah, you could have got more. Yeah.
Oh, I might go back. I might go back by there because it's on the way home from work.
We need to do the. This is what I look like. This is my first beer, and then by the end of the show, this is what I look like with my last beer. Yeah.
This is how it started. This is how it
Yeah.
ended. Yeah. Yeah, Mal was asking. I think P. Diddy's biggest song that was his song was probably Missing You was probably his big one with Faith Evans.
That's the one.
Oh,
That
I
But-
like that song.
But everybody else, he was just on their stuff saying, take that, take that.
Only one of his songs I know. Then
Yeah. Well, he did that stuff with Biggie and Mace and all of them, but yeah. The good old P. Diddler. Jeez. Yeah. Mallory is cash. Yeah, it's hitting her. She's hanging in now. Oh, you asked her if she want to get some rest. So anytime you feel like you want to go lay down, just
honestly,
know.
the sitting, I keep changing position, but there is no position that I can get in where I'm not in a lot of pain. So
Yeah.
I think I might actually be tapping out at
yeah,
I can
yeah. Go ahead, get some rest. I mean,
but I hate the look of myself on camera right now. I hate this chair. I kind of hate everything.
pain can do that.
Yeah. But I think I might tap out on you guys for tonight and hopefully be, more human next week.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Hopefully you're feeling better and get through the weekend and
Yeah.
get some rest.
So
Yeah, rest up.
Yeah.
I think that is the intention. I'm going to lay flat and take all weight off of my spine for a little bit. And I
Yeah.
can do that while holding the camera above my head. That will
There you go.
So
And if you
I will
need
drop
Dr.
the laptop. I will drop the laptop on my face, knock out a tooth,
Yeah.
with all that, and I just don't want to deal with that.
Then you'll be like me until I get this fixed. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, you could have Dr. Dave, Dr. Chicago's not far away if you need him.
It
So.
sounds like you and I are on the same boat ride here. I don't know. What
Yeah.
we're doing, but
The people on the right are having the back issue. The people on the left are not. It didn't mean get set up that way, but yeah.
well, I'm sending lots of love to the chat and lots of love to you guys, but I'm gonna crash.
All right,
Yeah, go
rest
get some
up, feel
rest.
better.
I'll talk to you soon. All right,
Okay.
see you. All right, let's see here. Dark was fantastic. Watch the Three
watched
Body
that.
Problem
I
on
watched that.
Netflix.
That's
I have not
good.
seen that. Is that like three body like Human Centipede 3 body?
No, it's like talking to
Is that
it's like talking
not
to
good?
aliens.
Yeah, you never saw Human Centipede, and you
No,
don't want
I
to see
wouldn't
Human
care.
Centipede.
Why would I watch it called Centipede? So
It's just
anyway,
It was so good.
the Human Centipede. Yeah.
but what would make somebody want to watch that?
You know what makes people watch it? Because people are talking about watching it. And it's like,
Right.
this movie is so terrible. Like, you're like, it's like a train wreck. Like, I got to see it because, just to
I gotta believe
everybody
that.
else seeing it.
Yeah,
Can it really be that bad? Yeah.
I'm like, I'd say it would be a good movie to watch maybe when you're high, but I don't think it would be.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think
That wouldn't be the serial killer you want to be. Yeah, what he did to those women. Yeah, that's not cool.
Centipedes are like, I hate, like ticks, I hate. I'd rather have a snake, a spider, a tick, but I'd take a tick over a centipede. I hate centipedes. They give me the creeps.
What about like those little 1,000-leggers?
Yes. Ugh.
Millipedes.
Centipedes have 100 legs.
Millipedes have more.
Oh, they have 1,000. Milla is 1,000.
Yeah, Miller is 1,000. Yeah.
Is there really a bug that has 1,000 legs, though? I find that hard to believe.
I mean, I never counted them,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't know that.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
gonna
Google it
Google
and
it.
see.
Let's see here. Ozark's good show. Yeah, I never watched the Ozarks just because it ended it, and I was like, I don't want to get into it now because the show was over. I have a weird thing in my mind like that. Even though, like, you can go watch a movie and it's over like in 2 hours, right? But it's a show. It's like if it's over, I don't want to get into it. It's like a psychological thing.
All right, well, I'm going to bust open. They had a deal on this, like to get people to try it. Cycling Frog. This is a THC seltzer, 5 milligrams of THC, alcohol free. So let's try it.
Sounds like a nap beer.
Yeah. Really, I mean, huge grapefruit like aroma. That's like you get like that red grapefruit.
Yeah. They still can get the work thing to fix, so I can now get off. They're like, I'll call you in the morning on it. So yeah, AT&T. It's AT&T. You can't trust them.
Oh, okay.
Is this the first THC drink? You've had THC before, right, Dave? Or is this like your second
I
one?
really can't for work, but
Oh,
I'm still gonna be
okay.
off for a month, so
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
yeah.
Easy.
That'll clear.
So,
Clear.
Kind of like a weird aftertaste. Like I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be buying more of these.
What was the dosage on it?
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that one, go ahead.
It's 5 THC and 10 CBD.
Okay. So that will have a delay reaction. So you'll feel that probably like 15 minutes or something later. It'll have a little bit of it has a different type of feel to it.
I'm just hoping this helps me sleep.
Yeah.
That's my main thing. Is just with my back, I can't sleep for shit.
Well, it's like here we got the gummies and stuff here. The one store that's near us, they get the 3,000 milligram. I'm like,
holy
seems pretty high. That's That's when I did the research. That's the highest dosage. And he was like, yeah, people 3,000. And people will cut them. Like, I guess you cut them in half or whatever. And he was like, that's like, oh, he's like, he offered a good deal because I was looking. He's like, I can get you the whole bottle like $60, and it was like you got 40 or something in there. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good price or whatever. And I'm like, and I went online like, shit, that is actually a pretty good deal. Like, yeah, so
yeah, because like in Michigan, you can get a bag of gummies that have 100 milligrams in the whole pack, and it's usually 10 pieces for like 20.
Yeah. Well, then it was like when he said that, I went online. I was doing a research going through, and it's just like, yeah, if you don't know your tolerance, you want to maybe take it and cut it the first time you do it, let it set in, then come back. Or is that I'm like, well, shit, you went from like 100 to 200 or whatever to 3,000. That's a big jump. So, yeah. Take on Friday and wake up Sunday afternoon.
you're no kidding.
Yeah. Hey, Vanessa, yes, 3 Body Problem was good. That didn't annoy me a bit though. What's the one on Prime or Netflix that people were talking about? Bodies? That was like a show or something. It's called Netflix. People were saying that's a pretty good one too. She's doing the hard rolls. So hard rolls was the correct answer for Vanessa. 3-bodied Chinese one was 30 episodes, fun to watch. Well, the overseas versions I find to be a lot more better than the American. A lot of the stuff. It's just more with the Japanese or the Chinese type, like the horror type things. Like when you watch the original Ring, or it's more intense on there. Like it's just the way they tell the story. It gets you more wrapped into it, I think. Congrats. All of my mom's family come from Canada, both her and her mom and dad's side. One from Ontario and the other Quebec. Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, Canada's nice. This is my second time going to Canada. Last time I was in Toronto. That was like 2010 or 8 or something like that. Saw Olivia Newton-John when I was there. So I ended up being there. The last day was like an international film festival. And Olivia Newton-John came out of the hotel about, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet right from me or whatever. Still looked good. She was like 60 something. Still looked pretty good. I was like, I got chills.
Ooh, that feels good.
Started going Grease when I saw her. Now I'm just joking.
That'd be Canada, actually.
Yeah. I went to the International Hockey Hall of Fame, which is in Toronto. That was pretty cool.
I was going to say, Toronto's not too far from where we're going to be at, right?
Yeah, Niagara Falls, yeah.
It's kind of, like a half hour or something, maybe?
Probably, yeah, probably not too far. I don't remember being that far from really the New York border either. So
I was like, oh, we're not too far from Toronto. I was like, well, we're up that way. We should just go up to Toronto for one day just to check it out.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be a really great city.
That's what I've heard.
I did talk with Joe, and Joe's going to try to get up there. He thinks he may have something going on, but he's not sure. He's trying to figure it out. But also, I think Jack wants to come up. He's going to probably bring his girlfriend. Jack's going to bring his girlfriend up too if he comes. So
I messaged him today, but I never heard back from him because
I
was going to try to fill him out a little bit about it also, just to, because our plan is to go up like on Thursday, and then maybe try to catch up with Joe on Thursday, but and then see if he was going to come hang out for the weekend or whatever with everybody.
Yeah, he told me he might come up for like a day or so, depending. He's definitely checking into it, and like I said, it'll be good to see him and see Jack. And I talked to Red. Red's going to try to see if he can get down there now since we're coming up, and he'll probably, if he comes out, I think he'll probably come down for a night or something. So yeah, word's getting out and about.
So you guys staying in Niagara on Canada side?
Yeah, we're staying Niagara. We're only 5 minutes from the Airbnb, but we just went with the hotel because she likes the room service and stuff too, and kind of nice just having that stuff right there.
We haven't decided, Joe, we're doing it for staying with everybody, or we're just getting our own thing too.
Kendall's first time at a Tim Hortons before they came to America. Yeah, then they have them here in America now in certain parts in certain states too. I wouldn't say I'm overly impressed with Tim Hortons, but
I was going to say, when Shannon and her friends were in Michigan and they got Tim Hortons, she was like, "This is the worst coffee I've ever had."
I feel like the treats are better than the coffee for Tim Hortons. You know what I mean? Like the different pastries and stuff they have. Because I mean, we got Starbucks and we got Dunkin' and we got, so we're kind of like going that way. So
in fact, when
terrible.
I took our daughter to a concert in Ohio 2 years ago, I guess that has been 2 years ago now. We stopped. There's a Tim Hortons right across the street from our hotel, so we stopped there, and I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't great. The donuts weren't bad, but the coffee wasn't. It was just okay."
No, yeah.
Not like a coffee.
It's just like
beans, but
yeah. Found more pecan maple syrup last month. Very nice. And PA's in the house. Paul's coming up Niagara in July, so Paul will be up. I'm sure his and his significant other, they'll both probably be up. That'll be nice. Canada's about to get hurt. They have no idea what's coming their way.
I think it'll be back allowed across the border anymore. But no, they're on the blacklist.
I feel like that bottle share. We're gonna have Mounties in the place. Why don't we shut it down? Shut it down.
You're gonna be talking. They're gonna be talking in Canada about building a wall after you guys get there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have it all
Your
happening.
passport. Oh, you got that special stamp? Yeah, you're not allowed back
Yeah.
Yes, see, Pogo put the tad of sugar, also cooking red wine in her tomato sauce.
Yeah.
So there you go. So, yeah, like I said, it was something that I learned a couple years ago, and it seemed like it came like a passed down type thing. A lot of people say their grandparents would do it that way to cut like the acidity in it
I mean,
as
I've heard
well.
people
So,
doing that. Yeah, I just never
Yeah.
have done it myself.
JT said sugar and wine are important ingredients in my spaghetti sauce. Every jarred Tom sauce, every jarred Tom. God dang it! Every jarred Tom sauce, tomato sauce in the store has even more sugar. I could not read for a second there for whatever reason. When I add about half a cup of red wine, I would cut the salt a little, give it a full body taste. I'm only 5% Italian, so just a little.
Just a smidge.
So, speaking of Canada, they still have the old spaghetti factory in Toronto. I remember hearing about the old spaghetti factory. We had them in the States for a while, I think, in some spots. Yeah.
We still have one in Louisville,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Using homemade lasagna noodles makes a huge difference to the lasagna as well. Yeah.
Of course it does, Vanessa.
Italian tomatoes are essential. Indeed. Hope you obviously, yeah, Mallory's going to get some rest there. Everybody say, Mallory, you're all human. Yeah, indeed. Everybody was wishing her to feel better. And see
Been a
what
bad
Mal left.
since August in surgery. Where's everybody saying, "Hey, Dave, how you doing, Dave?" Oh,
you didn't share with the class. You didn't share with the class, Dave, the times you've been on. So, besides, we're Gen X. We're supposed to walk it off anyway.
Right.
She's a millennial. We got to go extra care with the millennial. Got to go extra care. New Glarus Belgian red cherry beer bomb. Oh,
that's a good one.
Decent.
That is a good one.
Three-body problem in physics and mathematics discuss why it isn't truly solvable because of the chaotic interaction with the three bodies in space. Yeah, that will put your ass in deep sleep, probably. Yeah. I like a good J at night. Yeah. The 3,000 milligram on the gummy, which I'm going to probably go back and get, just to run the experiment. Not to run a number, they got to run the experiment, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's not something I can bring to the YouTube channel because, hey, what is up, Brew Drew in the house? He'll be there too. He'll be get with us in July. So y'all haven't checked out Watts on the Grill, which reminds me, since you're here, Drew, I haven't got a chance to say anything. Congrats on the 1K, my friend. Welcome to the 1K club.
Nice.
So Drew has gotten. All right, you don't got to keep peppering the guy with the applause. Jeez. Don't show me. You done? Are you done? You don't show me that much love. I'm just saying. Long ass clip there. But yeah, he just got to 1,000. So congrats on that, my friend. Good stuff. Well, believe it or not, I finally, just for a moment, I've caught up a little bit. So since I caught up on the comments, because I got to get a chance to get into, we'll jump over to some of the beer news, if that sounds good there.
On that the last couple of weeks, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, we've had so much other good conversation stuff happening. I haven't got into it. Let's jump into that. So getting into the beer news. First thing I got to do, we got to give props, got to give respect, as many people are just finding out or have found out probably over the last weekend. We have the passing of Greg's Beer Reviews. For those of you that didn't know Greg is like one of the OGs. He was one of the OGs back in the day when people started getting seeing or maybe starting their channels, getting into learning about beer, finding stuff out there. He was like one of those first guys. When I got into it, I was on Joe D's show this Saturday. We were talking about it. It was like Greg. It was like Joe, because Joe was doing it. It was like Simon from Real Ale Craft Beers. And then a couple other people, right? And like Greg was that one that he had his own personality, had his own style. He had his own thing that made him. And the one thing about YouTube that people will tell you, if you run the channel, you got to be authentic. And you had the authenticity when Greg actually did his channel. He didn't feel like he was BS or anything like that. I mean, Greg was one of the best at, really the first even, to bring the heat about beer and dates and stuff, and actually calling him out on the BS on things. And he just had it was like a welcoming thing. Like I said on Joe's show, it was almost like when you pulled up Greg's beer reviews, it was like a little kid watching Mr. Rogers. You know, it was just like going into this thing, and from the let's see what's in the fridge guys to everything else you put in after, you kind of hooked into it to see. And it's a shame that he actually passed away. Obviously, we all are going to have that moment at some point. Nobody's beaten Father Time yet, but you know, it was stunning. I didn't realize. I guess he'd have been involved in an accident about a month ago, and from what I've been told, it was basically things that came out of that. His daughter had done a video tribute to him on her channel over on YouTube. I don't have that on me on this right here. I know Beer Hounds put on his channel the tribute stuff, and it's just, you know, it's one of those things where Greg got a lot of people interested in beer. If you were first getting into beer tube, you had to come across his channel at some point, where it's kind of like, I think he probably added a little intriguing factor. So got to give a shout out to him.
I was going to say, he was one of the first, if not the first, that I watched as far as beer tubes go.
Yeah, when you go back over that time, I think like him, I think we like Tom was doing some stuff at the point.
Tom was awesome.
Jay was doing some stuff, but it was kind of like Greg was one that kind of had a captivation about him that kind of also brought. I mean, the other guys were good on doing their stuff, but it was just like, it was like you were spending a few minutes in Greg's world when he'd actually do it. He kept you intrigued throughout it. You know, sometimes you watch YouTube and you feel like people are stretching out videos too long. You didn't get that with Greg. He just had good quality stuff. So have to give him a shout out and a toast to him. And I know he's up. If you're a religious person, he's probably up there right now asking God, let's see what's in the fridge. I mean, that's just how he is. So well, shout out to him. Other beer news, and this is so Dave's here. I was getting blown up on X. I think, Dave, you may have asked me if I saw it. I think you did earlier too. And Big Daddy Mojo asked me, and a few other people were reaching out to me like, yeah, so Lagunitas May, surprise, they decided they're going to be closing their Chicago location this summer after 10 years. Last year, they closed their Seattle tap room after 6 years. It's kind of an interesting type thing taking place with them. And from the stuff that I've seen on it in the short time I had today, because today was when it was announced.
I was going to say, talking about it, like I didn't even know what the news was. So this is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah. So basically, they're in the process of circling the wagons or whatever. They're going back to California. They're trying to make a stronger structure with the brewery. I think it's 86 employees that were here in Chicago. Yeah. Some will be going back with them. Some will be working remote. They're working with others to do whatever else they're going to be doing, but they're asking them to kind of stay on and provide incentives to help them get through everything. But it's just this surprise that nobody was seeing now. Dave, you've been in Chicago, and I know at one point it was closed anyway. Then they kind of were going to reopen, but nobody knew what was really happening there. Well, yeah, it's kind of a surprise.
The tap room was closed like with the pandemic, and they opened the tap room just last year, but the production facility was still there. So yeah, it was kind of a surprise. But read a couple articles today and doing some research because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to have another show coming out probably Saturday morning and talk more on it. But like the numbers just aren't there. So it's kind of hard. And now that it's owned by Heineken, bigger company, more, bottom line focused, They just figured that they could, service the needs of everybody just out of the California location. But it's a shame. It was a great spot, huge, the largest brewery I've ever seen. I mean, it was huge, and they're going to keep it. Part of it is a warehouse, and that's only going to. So I guess they're going to, ship beer to here, and then from here, I guess it'll move on, out east. But yeah, it's kind of a shame, but you kind of see it coming where, IPAs are great, but everybody's buying hazy. So your West Coast, it's just not getting the dollars, sales. Everybody's drinking Voodoo Ranger or Sierra Nevada's hazy little thing. So, your old school West Coast IPA like Lagunitas, the sales have been dropping, year after year.
Yeah. I mean, something like I said, I had them tonight here to talk about them, and it's funny, I had one left. This is still a solid beer to have. Now, the thing is, they say the distribution is still going to be good. Like, so where you're out in Chicago, you'll still get stuff there. They're saying, I get this stuff here.
Yeah, I get it here.
Time will tell how it actually holds out, but they plan to still have distribution. And, it's the Willowtie Stout. It's the Waldos. I think people still kind of pick that. But even then, it took them probably, and I don't even know, they don't know if it sold all. Last time I was there, it was probably after 2 to 3 weeks time span, they still had some Waldos that were there. Mm-hmm. And it used to be Waldos was going day 1 or 2. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you do have that slowing down effect. You see their Maximum Colossus that'll be sitting around in a lot of places. The IPA sits around in a lot of places. So yeah, it's a shelfy type brewery now that's kind of out there. So, I miss the days of the old Lagunitas when you would have the bomber wall, because you'd have some great stuff that were done in some of the bombers, but times have changed. It's funny just because I was making a comment on one of the other videos, it used to be 22 ounce was this big thing, right? Then it went away and everybody went down to 16. Well, now we're back to 19. So now we're back to 19.2 ounce stuff coming out. We're just trying to kid ourselves at some point or whatever, but it's just it's interesting.
That was one brewery we was looking forward to going to see. It was in Chicago.
Yeah,
of course, we're there Sunday through
they were
Wednesday,
closed.
And it was closed every day, but the first day we were there, and we didn't know that because we have all time, and it was nope, closed. It was are you kidding me?
Looked so cool.
So I was nope,
it's a fun spot. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, it was a fun spot, and right next to it. I mean, it's such a big spot. There's another place right next to it where they do a lot of the filming for the Chicago Fire, Chicago PD show.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, it's a huge sound stage. So I don't know if they'll sell more of their space now that they're closing, to the movie companies or whatever. But a lot part of the Christian Bale Batman movies were
that was shot inside of Lagunitas. When they did the scene of the burning of the money, when Joker sets the money on fire, that was in Lagunitas in their warehouse. They did that scene. Yeah. And you do a whole tour and they talk about that, but it's just, they had a contract that went to I think 2099 or they had this huge contract that the city gave them, but it was just you never know what's going to happen down the line.
Yeah.
And
what part of the city was it in?
It was in kind of the Pilsen area. So
it wasn't too far from downtown because I took an Uber out there. It was $8, $10 or something.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not for a lot of people in the suburbs. It was a hike, but it was worth it. I mean, the food was really good. Of course, all the beers were good. So, I mean, I was probably there 5 to 10 times, and every time I enjoyed myself.
Nice.
Yeah, and hopefully,
is it Ravenswood?
Ravenswood is kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
So it's not that close to where Lagunitas was.
Well, hopefully, all the people that I know that are there, they're all set up and taken care of and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Because
that's
I was talking to another friend of mine earlier, but Ballast Point opened up a huge spot here that they closed down in 2021 after the pandemic. That's sitting open. Metropolitan.
Was that when they opened it up under? They opened up under Convict Kings and Convicts when they did that, or because when it Kings and Convicts before? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was another huge facility. Metropolitan was huge.
Metropolitan. That was a whole
That was
landlord
There's a
thing.
lot of space open here.
That one was like right on the canal or the
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was beautiful.
river or whatever it was there. Yeah, that was cool. That place was cool.
But
I thought that was it, but I was just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of space open right now. I'm sorry?
What's happening? Why are these places closing?
I don't know. Well, I think with Lagunitas, it was, Heineken buying them out. And it's more,
Like
bottom line, bottom dollar.
Money driven, yeah.
Yeah, what they said is they wanted to basically fortify their position in the brewing industry. So they closed the Chicago, they closed the Seattle last year, bringing people back to just kind of fortify more in California to get more of their feet under them. That's what they said. So obviously, when you're taking the pockets from Big Brother or whatever, they're telling you how you're going to do some stuff as well. So yeah.
That sucks.
But like I said, if you're getting Lagunitas, you're still going to get distribution if you're still seeing them. So at least for right now, that's the plan. Let me check here. I got up to get a beer. That's why I disappeared for a second there. Comments have come in again. Woo! Yeah. Look at all the comments. Let me see here. Yeah, so we have Dave. You got a channel? Does this guy got a channel? Dave, tell me about your channel.
Oh, Beer in Front. I don't put out as much stuff as Rajay does, but yeah, it's on there, Beer in Front.
And the podcast
comes out every week. This week it's coming out twice because I'm not putting out a show because next Thursday I won't be around because next Thursday is my birthday. But,
yeah. Well, if you want to come on for a birthday beer, just let us know.
We'll see what's going on.
We'll satellite you in. Yeah. Speaking of beer, I had to get up to get a beer. And I've been wanting to try this beer for a bit of time. I almost forgot about it. And I went to a store this week to figure what I was going to drink for the show. And I'm going to drink a Trogs Second Cut. This is a mango double IPA. So a lot of good talk about this one being out there. So let me go ahead and try it. It's only 8.5% ABV. Trogs is another one of those breweries that kind of gives you some pretty good details on their beer.
Yeah.
They recommend a chalice. I'm going to use my regular nucleated glass here. But 1 pint, what's it saying there? Once a year, they actually bring that out. They give you the hops as well that are in the beer too. So pretty decent. And they give you a date on the can. Shout out to Greg again. They date their stuff. So yeah. So let's crack this baby open. Yeah, but check out Dave on Beer in Front. Oh wow, that smelled like grass when I did the crack open. It smelled like that first cut. Even though it's called second cut, I think it is a first cut, but it smelled like that first cut of grass when you cut the grass with the lawnmower. Oh, that is coming out good. So, like that video I played earlier. I smell the pine needles. Oh my goodness. That is like grass and pine. Now they actually ferment before they go to the can, so nice clarity. And that's why I like this glass. I like the bubble action. All the bubbles taking place there, being pushed up. Oh, this smells great. Yeah, you get like a mango, you get an orange, tangerine. That was pretty damn good, tell you the truth, right there. It smelled real good.
A little bit as a cologne on you
there. Maybe Bill Clinton. I might need a cigar.
I think we have to give you a minute here. If you got to step away for a second, that's fine.
That's crisp, clean, refreshing. A little bit of an apricot type feel. Maybe that's a mango. I don't eat most of those fruits. I've had them, so I kind of know what they taste like, but almost like a mango apricot type feel.
How do you not eat apricots?
I hate fruit for the most part. I force myself. You know what I do? Like when the doctors say you got to eat more fruit or whatever, what they really don't. Because I'll eat like spinach or other stuff like vegetables. Can't eat broccoli or cauliflower. Fuck that shit. I don't eat that. But it's kind of like I get those juices. I get like those naked juices or whatever like that and everything, where you get your serving just in a drink. I just drink it down. Or I get the fruits in the freezer and I make a smoothie, protein smoothie, the strawberry, the raspberry, or whatever it may be. But to sit there and eat fruit, nah. I even try. I even get the cotton candy grapes, and the cotton candy grapes I can't even get through, even though they taste
like bananas.
I'll eat a banana here and there. Sometimes I'll cut it up and I'll put it in my Lucky Charms or cereal, whatever we're having. I've been big in Lucky Charms lately again for some reason.
Not even like an apple? You're not going to like grab an apple?
Apple takes work. Chewing, all kind of, it's just like,
Right, I'm kind of the same way as you, though, really. I mean, I'll eat fruit. It's not that I don't dislike it. I just don't eat it.
There's so much work.
Yeah.
They're work.
I mean, it's like you take a bite of an apple and you're chewing and you're like, I'm still chewing. Like, come on, and then you're forcing a gulp just to get it out. You gotta go take another bite of it and do it again.
It's always a gamble fruit too, because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So
I understand why now when my grandmother cut them up when I was a kid, like in the slices, because to get the whole thing and have to work through it, it felt like it was more than just here's a little bit, here's a little bit, here's a little. Next thing you know, then it's all going if you do it that way, right? You ration it in. If you try to go right at it, yeah. But I've just never been a huge fruit person. Vegetables, I'm kind of picky there. I guess I'm more like just give me the meat, give me the potatoes.
You're on the keto diet. Yeah.
Yeah. Which as you get older, you're not supposed to have as much of the carb and that kind of stuff too. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like I keep jerky around now. Like I like some jerky. Just grab some jerky, get the energy, go. So yeah. All right, Peter, Greg, it yeah. Just it was. I found out Saturday night on Joe D's show, his channel. So then he asked me to join. So I joined them for a bit and we kind of talked about some stuff there. I guess it happened either Saturday or Friday, but he had been dealing with it for a month.
what happened?
Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh, he died this past weekend. Yeah. It was complication from an accident. I don't know what the accident was. So I don't want to speculate, but
so he wasn't like sick. He just
no. It was a result of that stuff. Yeah.
We were talking about it when he was gone. He was like one of the original ones to start.
Oh
like,
wow,
that's
and
awful.
stuff.
Yeah. He had like I think when I look at the spectrum, and I was watching Kyle's No Hype beer reviews earlier today, and he was talking about like where you put yourself and then the whole beer tube type thing. He was saying like he thought he was like a C person. Or like, Kyle, you're better than a C, by the way. But Greg had like I think 32,000 subs, which is huge in the beer tube because beer tube is very competitive. And I think the only I knew one person that got over 100,000 from overseas, and I knew Simon who was like at 70-something thousand. But then it was Greg, I think it was the next highest I think that I knew out there kind of doing that. Just shows like it's such a competitive market that he's able to still draw people in. It was just his style. And again, it was like, with that white beard that he had and all kind of stuff, it was like Santa Claus. It was like you being Ralphie and going to tell him you want the BB Rider gun, right? It's like, because you want to see what everything. And he would pull something out of the fridge and you're like, I want that. So yeah.
It is those fridges like, let's see what we got today. And his fridge would be like,
it was like Mr. Rogers of beer drinking, Shannon. That's what it was like. You like, let's go to Never Neverland with Greg and see what he has in there today. So
then he always got through it and he was like, well, I'm gonna save this and share it with my wife and have a little sip and then come back and how it changes later as it sits.
Yeah, come back for the final sip or the final drink or whatever. He said, yeah. He was a good guy. For everything I knew about him, I talked to him a few times over the years, not as much as I probably should have, but I've had two people that I know in the beer tuber before him years ago. One of the guys that died went by, his name was Strat. He was out of Canada. He was one that when I first started doing the channel, that would always be like proud of me to keep going because he was an OG too. He was like OG like Greg was. And he was just like always commenting in. And I'm like, why is this guy commenting on my video? He's got like always 1,000 subscribers. So he was just one of those good people to have. Yeah. And that's just the beer community in general, just like all the good people that you come across. People that get into it, they'll tell you like just some of the experience they have meeting some of the other beer tubers. And then when you meet them in person, it's just a whole different level type thing. So
yeah, and 32.2 thousand.
Yeah. Greg was up there. Let's see here. He'd give breweries a lot of shit. He would. That's what I'm saying. He was the one that pretty much started pushing for the dates.
Thing. He was like, no dates, so I can't give you more than a B or 80% or whatever it was. Like I can't give you more than that because if you had the date, you're in the A category. But
I mean, I can't make it now because he passed away, but it should have been like, come on, guys, with a date shirt, something they should have had with a Greg's picture on it or something, because he was always over him about the date and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Look at Sam coming in. Why no Westies in the IPA vote? Why no Westies? I only have 4 categories, and I knew if Sam saw it, you'd be one that would say that because I know you love the Westies, but I tried to make it something different because the West Coast IPA, it's a classic, but I'm kind of like, I was going with the newfangled stuff that a lot of youngsters are drinking right now. So,
and that's why Lagunitas closed down because nobody's drinking West Coast.
The black IPA has moved up in the second place though now, 23%, 64 for New England. Still is the sour at 14. Nobody's digging the milkshake IPA though.
That surprised me though. That did surprise me on that one.
Yeah, Drew. That thing. I mean, like I said, we are going to be there at some point. You know, one of the things that was raised, and Joe did on the show Saturday, which is a pretty good perspective. It's kind of like, so Greg passes away. His origin tribute, but nobody really kind of knows. And then it's kind of like Joe brought, like, you know, you think about that stuff. Like, are you prepared? Like, if you're doing a YouTube channel and something happens to you, who knows to let people know? Who knows to shut it down? Who knows to do this? Who knows to do that and everything? It's kind of like, and then Joe's like, I prepare something to leave behind so people would know what to do and that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like, I've got stuff going to other things, like, you know, accounts don't happen to me that she would know. But it's kind of like, you know what? I do need to have something in play to say, hey, this is the channel here. This is what I do. If you want to make an announcement, blah, blah, blah. Here's the Facebook, the X. And it's just like, I think people just take it for granted and just like, we're all going to hit it at some point. So I'm kind of like,
God forbid, but what if something happened suddenly? I mean, no one's gonna know. They're just gonna be like, oh, where'd he go?
Yeah. And the way it kind of is, like in the YouTube world, it's kind of like people will take breaks and like, oh, they'll probably be back next week or whatever. They're taking a break. They're taking a break. No, they're not coming back because they, this is what happened and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. I was like, wow, I didn't really think about that. We think about other stuff like life insurance or, hey, if something happens to me, here's the bank account or here's this and that. But it's like, if you're doing social media, like we're doing, it's kind of like, somebody has to be there to make that announcement along those lines, like too. So
I don't know if I want to give my wife my passwords though.
Well, you better make sure you're dead. You better make sure you're dead.
Put that one in the secret vault for just in case,
Yeah,
you come out of it.
Don't let her in unless
you start coming out of it like, did she get the password? Yeah, just let it go. Let me go back. Back.
Just here, pull that plug.
It's too late.
No death certificate, no password for you.
Yes, and cheers, Sam, my friend. Yes, I actually got a thing about Southern Australia to talk about here in a second. Big Day said I sent Greg some beers. Yeah, people would send tribute beers to have Greg actually take a look at them and taste them and stuff. Gotta say, Tap Room was in a terrible location. I never went there because it was far from anything except a small, somewhat rough residential neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, it was like in a warehouse type district. I mean, when I got out there, I was kind of surprised when I got out of the Uber, like, oh, it's out here, like a warehouse type thing. But the name was so big, you just figure people would show up anyway, right? Because of Lagunitas. Yeah. I honestly couldn't tell you exactly where it is. Maybe if they weren't 10 or 15 other breweries as good or better in Chicago, I would have made an effort to get there. And that's the thing you run into with a lot of breweries now, right? Like, there's so much beer. I just did the videos with the Alchemist beers, the Focal Banger and the Heady Topper. And while I did like them and they were good, it's kind of like I could feel where time has caught up with them. I can feel where other breweries have now, because they did it so early, other breweries are now doing it, and some have surpassed what they're actually doing. It's still a classic, but I don't know if I would, like Shane drove 9.5 hours to get to the Alchemist. I don't know if I would have drove 9.5 hours to get to it after having it. I just think like there's other stuff you probably passed along the way that could have been just as good.
Kind of wonder, like I remember back when it first came out, like they said there would be lines standing to get the release of it, every week or whatever. I wonder if that's still the case now because of what you just said. There's so much out there now with it,
Now, BJ told me, like, when they used to get the Alchemist Inn, where I got the beer from up in Jersey, people will follow the truck when they saw the truck was
Yeah.
down. Yeah, and they would show up as soon as they got them off the truck. They would start buying them. They don't do that anymore. Actually, when I did the video, he still had Alchemist beers that were left. That was like a couple weeks later or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah, well, that used to be like here with I just talked about it on my show a couple weeks ago. Zombie Dust from Three Floyds.
Oh yeah.
When that came out, like we would drive. You know, it was like maybe an hour and a half from where we were, and there'd just be a sign out front at Three Floyds. No Zombie Dust. I'm like, you brew it right here. How do you not
right
have enough
here,
of it?
right here.
But you couldn't even buy it there.
Well, I remember when our liquor store here first started carrying it. It was just a limit, like 4-pack per whatever.
Yeah,
And it was gone. If you wasn't there in the first 10 or 15 minutes, it was sold out. And it was like that forever until they finally, and now it's sitting on the shelves all the time. And it's, but I remember back then, like, she was like, Zombie Dust was there, and she knew to like pick me up some if you came across it.
Yeah, that's because that's when he kind of first started getting into craft beers, and I just remember him always talking about Zombie Dust. It's the only name of a beer I could remember that he would drink. So when I was feeling particularly sweet, I would stop in to the liquor stores and be like, "Hey, y'all got any Zombie Dust?" And they were like, "No." I'm like, "I've done this like 6 times. I ain't trying no more."
So I got it once,
Yeah.
Hey,
I was just, they go down the sweet part of it.
Yeah.
I was just saying. I'm just kidding.
I run out of sweets.
Same
sometimes.
thing. I tried.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that was as many times as you could go. It was just that one time out of many.
Aubrey says, I like the Torpedo Extra IPA is another classic one that's really decent. I like to go back to that from time to time.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
If West Coast IPA was in a poll, I would have picked it. That's what Big Daddy says. So I know West. It would have been a little slant toward West Coast, but we got to pull stuff out. We got to pull the edges out and just say, here's your choices, right? Maybe next time I'll have a West Coast one too.
Sure you will, Rod.
I may. Rod said you in Chicago, Dave.
Yes, I am. Right near Wrigley Field, about 2 miles from Wrigley Field.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong. I like their beers, but I always do tend to choose other beer instead. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them out there. Investigation shutdown. Ale was bomb. What is up, Bill? Beer House in the house. Yes, that was. It is so funny. That was one of the beers that when I met Lagunitas for the first time, actually meeting people from it and stuff. That's when that beer came out, and they were giving me the whole rundown on the whole story behind it, which is a fabulous story.
Yeah,
and how they did get shut down for 2 weeks, so it was kind of hilarious. And that is a tasty beer. But if you guys haven't checked out Beer House, check out Beer House. He actually just also hit the 1K club, but he also has the video on his channel with the tribute. To the video link to the tribute for Greg's Beer Reviews, so you can actually check him out there too. Yeah, Super Cluster was a fantastic one for them. Good deal on that beer as well. And they did that in the bomber for a bit, but then they put it in the 6-packs. Chicago, I had a lot of Goose IPA once. Just once, Aubrey? Just once? Come on.
Yeah.
I feel like Goose IPA is one of those beers that you just like fall into. It's kind of like Lagunitas IPA, I'll put in the same thing. It's kind of like you're at Applebee's or something like that. And it's like, well, what's on tap? Blah, blah, blah. Well, give me the Goose. Like, I don't want the Pabst. I don't want the Bud. I don't want the, like, okay, I'll go with, like, I feel like that's like the default. Like,
yeah,
it gets into Sam Adams Goose or like Lagunitas.
It's one of those beers, you know what you're getting. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or at the ball game. They're pretty good at stadiums. So the ball games, you'll find them there a lot of times. Yeah.
I was in Milan, Italy, and my wife and I were there. We were just on vacation, and we went to this like one place. The place we wanted to go to, the line was around the block. I'm like, I'm not waiting that long for food. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So we go to this other place, and I'm like, oh, do you have any beer here? Yeah, we have Budweiser and Goose Island IPA. I'm like, all right. I'm all the way in Italy, but I guess I'll have a Goose IPA.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and do it.
Like literally right next door to you, and at home. But okay, I'll go across the world, and we'll have it there also.
And that's why Lagunitas got rid of most of their good beer. Well, yeah, there might have been. Yeah, I don't know. Big Brother might have been whispering in their ear or whatever too from Heineken. But yeah, Rod says, "Hell yeah, Dave! I'll subscribe like you, bro." There you go, Rod X, good guy. Hope all is well, Todd and Shannon. Rod said too. Looks good, Roger. And yeah, it's a nice one. So if you happen to see the Trogue second cut and you're an IPA fan, I would definitely say pick it up. I'm kind of getting back into my IPA feel a little bit more recently, as you've seen from some of the reviews I've released.
I like the can. That's cool.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Reminds
it's
me
a
of
good-
tulips. Like the U kind of looks like the shape of a tulip.
Yeah. It's a good call there.
Yeah.
It's my favorite flower.
Well, it's got like something on the bottom of the U. Let me pull it up so you can see it here. I don't know if that's like a flower thing hanging off of it or whatever,
Like a
but
leaf or something. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what I saw was a tulip.
But I didn't look to see if there's a first cut because I feel like there should be a first cut if you've got a second cut. I
You
just
would
feel
think?
like, I mean, you could jump ahead like Christmas Story and go to the triple dog dare and skip the double, but
And do
I don't know
a
if they did that.
flashback. Could be a
Yeah.
flashback.
Most of the
Pretty
time,
cool.
doctors full of it. Well, I'll tell people that's why doctors call it a practice.
Yeah.
And guess who guess who they're practicing on? That would be you. It's like you go to one doctor, they'll say, "We'll do this." You go, "No, we'll do this." You get 3 different things from 3 different doctors. Like, wait a minute, didn't y'all all like graduate under the same like it's science? So you should be getting the same
Body is
answer, right?
Complicated. The body
Yeah.
is complicated.
Yeah, not
agree
everybody
with
got
that.
an A.
Yeah.
Not everybody got an A in medical school. Some people got their C minus.
It's like I should have known it, but I missed that class because I had a hangover from
Yeah.
the teak party the night before.
Like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I think back to college. I can still remember some of the frat parties we went to back then. Yeah, things were a little crazy.
I'd have been a horrible frat party guest.
Which again, good thing we didn't have social media back then. That's all I'm saying. From what Greg's daughter said, Greg suffered a fall and broke his neck and passed a week later. There you go. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking it might have been. I knew Greg rode motorcycles. I thought it might have been a motorcycle incident, but
Well, I knew it
I don't know if it was on a motorcycle or something different.
I knew it was a freak accident, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know that.
Yeah. 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 He was a 668. Was Erie's the last beer Greg review was Beer Man's Babu with the crow on the can. Really? So his last beer was Beer Man's homebrew. That's pretty cool to get a chance to taste Beer Man's homebrew, but it's kind of like yeah, that's weird. Yeah, he'll definitely be missed for sure. He was, like I said, he was such an advocate for the beer to you community and no G, and like I said, if it was back and you were in Philadelphia and you're signing up the Constitution or whatever, like his signature would have been one of the first ones on the paper, right? So it's just, yeah. In Australia and New Zealand, we're back on the Westies, baby. Yeah. Sam loves his Westies. Yeah, I don't blame him on the days. I want fresh beer if possible. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you went to fresh beer. So funny thing, I went to the store this weekend. So I got the second cut. And I got another beer I'm going to crack open here in a second. And I don't know if people can if people detect you might know something about beer or what. Like, so I was getting the beer, and there was a couple that were shopping to pick up beers because they were going to their child's graduation night. They were bringing alcohol for the graduation party and kind of stuff like that. And they just started asking me for recommendations and stuff, right? And I'm like, oh, what do you use like to drink? And they're telling me like to drink. And I said, well, you can go with this one here. You can go with that. And they just like start buying them and all kind of stuff. And it's just like, it was just fun. I ended up giving like my card at the end. I was like, hey, you want to know more about beer or your kids? Just don't follow me. And they were like, oh, really appreciate all kind of stuff. And I've had that happen a few times. And it's kind of like, it's just interesting. Like, just like, because you don't know me, but you just know like there's something about that says this guy might know something about beer. So I'm kind of curious. Like, I don't know where that comes from. It's just
Maybe
weird.
it's
Like,
that Rajay BeerVentures shirt and hat you wear.
I didn't even have that. I didn't even have that on though. That's the thing. I was just I was in a regular shirt, no BeerVentures hat. It was just
And glass.
I was-
Don't
yeah.
forget the glass.
I took a that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That was good.
I took a walk over there at lunch break and it was like, yeah, but it was kind of funny. But I recommend a few beers. I ended up
Ask
getting them
me
and stuff.
about the beer.
Yeah. But it's like funny because people like instead of like asking the guy that runs the store that's there working as a worker, you just come to somebody else that's actually buying the beer. It's just kind of like, yeah. So yeah. I don't know where I was going with that story. I'm just saying it was kind of interesting.
Buy my merch.
Yeah, buy my merch. Yeah, buy my merch.
Here's a card with my website.
Yeah.
10% off for you.
Follow some hobos on YouTube, but recently one of them suddenly stopped posting and commenting. No one knows what happened to him. So we're all just assuming he's dead. Oh, wow. That sucks. Well, it's funny. It's like talking to EB and Erie, we were talking about, I don't know if you remember. You remember QT? Todd? You ever, I don't know if you ever met QT. Yeah. He had died. He had died like a couple years ago. And it was just like, when that happened, it was such a big surprise when that ended up happening. I mean, one of the coolest cats out there, just like always having fun type things. Do a lot of stuff on Blake's show and everything. And it was just like, you don't know sometimes. And it was just like, you find things out in the past and stuff.
I was gonna say, that goes back several years there.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was thinking, oh, yeah, no, I do remember him. Yeah, I do remember.
Just don't know. His name was Mike, aka Human Cargo, on YouTube. He traveled around with his dog Olivia, busking cast with a guitar. The Alchemist beers were the best, but definitely have been suppressed by many. Yeah, that's the thing. So the Alchemist beers, it was like a check the box for me, right? They're off the list now, which I will be doing the head-to-head upcoming here shortly. I might do that as a live with the head-to-head video. I might do it this weekend, actually, with that Focal Banger versus the Heady Topper. But you could definitely feel like other things. And some people were commenting like, "Oh, you just drink from the can," like, you know, and the thing that says drink from the can. I drank from the can. I pick up the tin taste. I pick up that tin feel. I'd rather put it in a glass. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe people don't pick it up as much, but I pick it up when I do it. So
You do you, Rod.
Yeah.
That's right. He may have either OD got rolled on the side of the rails. Doubtful he got hit by a train as he never tried to hop on a moving freight. Oh, wow. I'd be in Chicago when Rams come there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
It'll be forever.
When the Rams are coming to play the Bears this year?
Oh, all right. Are you in LA? I didn't know where he was from.
No, he's in Missouri. He's in Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay.
Yeah. But the Rams, did they play the Bears this season?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I want to see he's going to come when they play him there.
The show must
Which, I don't know how much you're a Bears fan, but I heard the rumblings of the first practice with Justin Fields. Not Justin Fields.
Caleb
did not go as well. Like when the passes he was throwing, like 7 passes, like 5 of them almost intercepted. Like he's struggling. He's a rookie though. You can't get him on. It's like WNBA right now. Everybody's jumping on Caitlin Clark. I'm like, it's not the same as being in college when you're going against professionals. So, you know, she's putting up points, but she is definitely struggling. But you're going to get that as a rookie. So. I feel like there's so much just when you're like, especially like in sports, there's so much of a big jump to jump on the negativity of the athletes and stuff. You gotta give them a chance. Give them a chance. Even though Lagunitas had no dates, RIP Greg, they still always tasted fresh for me. Yeah, that's when it came into play of knowing your store. Make sure you knew who the people were you were buying from, if they were fresh or not, because they didn't put dates on their stuff. When I come day, we should have a beer.
Absolutely.
You need to get them over to Hot Butcher. That's what you need to get them to, because Hot Butcher was a fun time when we went to Hot Butcher.
Butcher
and a bad apple. That's right.
Well, that next time we're up there, Dave will definitely reach out to you because.
Yeah, I mean, I could walk to the Bad Apple.
Yeah, because that was the best hamburger.
Is that where I had the Elvis burger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Because went to Hot Butcher and then walked across the street, went to the Bad Apple and had food. It was like, oh, it was so good.
And actually,
JT
the Bad Apple, in like maybe 2 years ago, they changed donors, but like I thought it was better with the original people there. And it's still really good.
Yeah,
it was good. Really, really good. Yeah.
It was better than when we were there. Then I can't imagine. Yeah, no kid. Jeez.
South of Blake and
very drunk also. So.
Yeah, but it was still damn good though.
Yeah. Blake says, "Cheers, fam! Just best 300, first time ever." Well, I see you flexing over there, Blake. But if I hire you for security, I better get the friend rate. You better give me a discount if I hire you on. Blake about to be a bodyguard for somebody. What's up, Michelle? Cheers. Great to see you, my friend. I call myself Dr. Bill. I've been able to take care of all my issues with home remedies. Well, there you go.
Oh, my theory is I'm not going to die. It'll go away. And it usually does. I've never had I'm like, I'm not going to die. I don't need to go to the doctor. I mean,
that comes from.
I'm like,
for those of you watching, that comes from the book of Gen X. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Millennials and Zs. I don't know if you want to try that. That's the book of Gen X. That's a different book that we have.
It's a whole different,
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle says proud of you, Blake, as well. Favorite top YouTuber are Greg, Baby Yoda, and Beer Man. Shannon's looking at it. He calls me Baby Yoda, by the way, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of Baby Yoda.
I can tell by the look.
I remember that sometime because I was like, I'm gonna start calling you Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And then I forgot, and I never did.
Appreciate you. If you ever want to look at, also for those of you that like to use the crock pot, Bill's always doing crock pot recipes on his channel now too. So if you're looking for some crock pot recipes, make sure to check out Beer Hounds on that. Making some pretty good stuff. Hey Sparkles. Hey Blake. What up, Blake-a-roo? JT, cheers, bro. Yeah,
Rod,
most of the time.
Hey, Rod, you didn't say what you usually say because I was waiting for you to say it after everybody was saying hi to each other.
What I usually say?
You always say, "Oh, everybody here is always so cordial."
Yeah, I mean, I got a great cordial audience, which I always love. Everybody always are nice.
Waiting for you to say it because you usually.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that part
okay.
there.
You didn't do anything wrong. I was just,
Yeah, I don't really have many asshats that show up in our chat, which is great. I know some channels struggle with that sometimes when they're like, and if they do show up, my moderators shut them down rather quickly. Most of the time, they made a new channel, or you can find out what happened to them in the comments in the last video. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. I agree, Rod. Always from the glass. I'm just a glass type, you know. I'm not gonna say I'm bougie about it. I'm just saying I like the glass.
yeah, you're kind of bougie.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I do make my fried bologna sandwich fancy. I'm just saying. Aubrey's heading to Milwaukee soon. Having trouble finding a 30-pack of Red Dog down here. You get some Red Dog when you're in Milwaukee.
Red Dog, there you go.
Could be wrong, but Caleb has an almost palatable or a bust about him. I mean, it's early. You never know. I mean,
What's that mean?
Oh, he's going to not be a good quarterback when he got drafted number 1 in a draft.
So
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought we were talking about beer.
Welcome to the 300 Club, bro. That's right. Gen X in the house. Yeah. And that's where I got the Baby Yoda idea from. I think I got it from, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Dan in the house. Cheers. Must be Thursday. Hey, Rod J and company. What's going on, Dan? Western Canadian reviewer. Dan, he's like an OG too. Dan was actually doing his channel before I was. So if you haven't checked out Western Canadian Reviewer, make sure to check him out. He's always doing beer reviews. He's a big wrestling fan. So if you like wrestling, definitely want to check him out. But Dan, we were just talking about the passing of Greg from Greg's Beer Reviews before you jumped on. I don't know if you caught that or not, but yeah. But Dan's been around for a bit of time too. Unfortunately, he's on the other side of Canada, so he won't be in Ontario when we all show up in July.
Yeah, that's a long ways away.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Canada's a big country in that regard.
Yeah, it is.
I've been lagging with his buys in the chat lately. Sorry, not that personal.
Hmm?
Oh, wait a minute. His buys, B-Y-E, like somebody took a week off on a buy? Can you elaborate on that fried bologna sandwich more? I'm intrigued.
Please, yes.
Yeah.
Please, let's talk about fried bologna.
Why do we go to fried bologna? So
What do you
for
want
Bill,
to know?
I think he's being sarcastic
Yes, he is.
with the
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you need to come to Ontario. I think you need to come to Alberta. Ontario is no bueno, right? I need to come out that side of the country.
I would love.
Highs buys.
Yeah, like a bow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's saying. I don't know.
Canada makes my favorite car, the Brixland's SV1. What is that? A car?
Don't know.
Don't know. But while I have a break there, go back to the beer news here. Or how about a little interlude? We like a little interlude, little funny. We like a little funny.
We're British.
The little clip.
What do we do with slogans? Ignore them. Every beer in this country, drink responsibly. Exactly. in this country drinks responsibly. Weekends in this land are like the fucking purge. Just... You have 2 days to live, England. Kill or be killed. We get so hammered, we look like those things you see outside garages. You know those things that
The English do love to drink, don't they? Oh, let me see here. Aubrey's thumbs up. Yeah, it's like a DeLorean, but better. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that car before. I see DeLorean, just haven't seen the other one. You've not lived until you smoked bologna for 3 hours, then sliced and fried. So Bourbon Bounty, Jody in the house. Cheers, my friend. But he's got the way to break it down even more.
I got a chub of bologna I want to smoke and do.
I told you can smoke your bologna later.
Well,
You said a chub of bologna. I feel like that's just funny to me. Dovetail Mayfest so he's going to the Mayfest anniversary this weekend. There you go.
I will be there. I'm not sure if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. So speaking of the UK, I feel bad if you're in the UK, you might want to go back and find out what the hell's going on over there. But over 2/3 of UK beer and wine they have found served in pubs have been short measured, which means they're not giving you your money's worth when you're buying your drinks. They visited 77 pubs and bars, and they were served 96 short measures out of 137. Like 70% of the drinks you were getting weren't even your full thing. So you're getting screwed. I mean, you're
the measurement on it though,
but they weren't pouring to it. They were under pouring, and they're charging them. UK prices are up on alcohol, so they're paying more and they're getting less. It's like the Snickers bar back in the day.
First world problems, Rod.
If you're putting your hard-earned money down on a drink, you want your full serving, right?
Full effect of it, right? Yes.
You get screwed. You start messing with my beer, we're gonna have issues.
I
mean, one's probably not too bad, but 2 or 3, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you're missing out on a full beer after a couple.
Let me just say this: if you were out,
I mean, just do the math, you know.
but if
You run the numbers,
and you're concentrating on if your beer is 2 centimeters or 2 inches short, then you're not having a good enough time.
Wait a minute. You said 2 inches short. Women don't count inches.
Well, I don't remember the last time I got a ruler out and measured a man's penis, so I'm there for the good time, not for the, I don't think about it that much.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that would like it if women didn't do it. I'm just saying.
I think it would be a little weird if I was a man and a woman pulled a ruler out. I'd be like, but I also think a man wouldn't give a shit. No, the man would be like, okay, we're still going to do this.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
And just like that, we took a turn. So here's...
how do we get there? And then
let's stay in the UK, right? So the UK right now, things are going a little crazy over there right now. Osama bin Laden beer goes viral in the UK. The brewery had to shut down the website amid high demand. Some say high demand. Some are saying they're getting blown up by people criticizing them for having the Osama bin Laden beer. Depends who you talk to. Mitchell Brewing Company shut down the website and turned off their phones temporarily amid the social media frenzy for the Osama bin Laden. Exactly. So, I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now,
funny or if it's wrong.
Now, this brewery has a history of making fun of dictators. So it kind of fits into kind of what they're doing. But at the same point.
Yeah, but still, it just makes me feel a little.
Yes. Yeah. You kind of.
Yeah.
And
we talked about the American brewery in the past that had the serial killers on their can they were making fun of. But yeah, it's kind of a.
But are they making fun of them? If they are blatantly making fun of them, then okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but it's Osama bin Laden.
I mean,
how do you feel?
Can art
definitely.
If the can art.
It had a guy in a turban.
Then a guy in a turban. No, that's not very funny.
Yeah.
I
mean.
Just be more imaginative.
Like if he was screwing a mule or something, or a mule was screwing him,
or hanging on a rope or something.
Osama bin Banger. It's Osama bin Banger.
Then you would know being facetious and making fun of him, then okay, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, what's
Okay.
next? The Hitler Hefeweizen?
Don't pass it. Don't put a pass on. They may have it. They may have it. They may have it. I'm just.
I'm sure it's
I mean, if they're making fun of dictators, Hitler would be somewhere in the mix, probably.
I think.
The can art would have to
Mussolini
show
Maybach?
that. What'd you say?
Mussolini Maybach. But this is, some of the stuff you get out of the craft brewery side of things, as far as pushing the envelope. So then the point
Those
is
are dictators now. Idi Amin Ale?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, Putin Pilsner.
Yeah.
see now they might be watching, they might be writing these down right now. Just
A variety pack coming out.
With the can art was be a big nuclear bomb stuck up his ass.
I mean, it could be a Putin PB&J sour. You never know. You just never know.
Exactly. Oh my God.
You never know. But kind of interesting when you see some of the stuff. But again, that is some of the, what do you say, creativity or whatever, or the humor of the craft beer industry. People do this. So it's not just here in the States we see crazy stuff. UK's got their stuff happening too. But the thing, they got so much traffic, they just shut it down. German company turns sewage water into beer.
Of course they do.
So here's the thing. I almost feel like at some point, this is going to catch on. I feel like with all the conditions that are taking place that we see, like the weather type shakeups and things like I almost feel like there's going to be a level at some point where breweries are going to start having to kind of do this to recycle at some point.
Yeah, call it recycled water, not sewage water.
That would be better. Yeah. That would be better. I give you that.
Don't call it sewage.
That'd be a
It could be sewage water, clean, filtered sewage water, but don't call it sewage water. Call it recycled, repurposed,
Well, there's a brewery in San Diego that just started making a beer with the condensation from the air conditioners on the jet bridges at the airport. So they're getting all the condensation water and making beer out of that.
Well, I hope they took chemicals out.
Yeah. That sounds like something the brew dogs would do or something.
I have a question, Dave. How did that THC beer do for you?
Yeah, wasn't that good.
I can tell it didn't hit you.
It might have been a low level too, though. So depending on what they could do there.
And it was like a weird effed up aftertaste too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyes don't look squinty or
I know the one I had that was brewed by Eclipse Brewing years ago. That one I definitely felt later. It was like, this is pretty good. No, I don't know. But I think he had a higher level than what you had there too.
Mm-hmm.
I wish everybody would have some weed every day.
Probably be a more calmer world, right?
I think it would. People would just be like, you know what? That's all right. You do you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're actually out there with HelloFresh, they just actually did a deal to get meal kits to include non-alcoholic beer from Kit and A. So I know I've done non-alcoholic. Dave has done non-alcoholic stuff on this channel. If you're looking for something and you're getting those HelloFresh home orders, now they got non-alcoholic beer available. Non-alcoholic is growing into a lot of good areas right now.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a throwback, Retrospect, they actually created a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer-themed camera. I don't have a picture of the camera here, but you can look at it online if you want to. And it's basically almost like a throwback to like the old Kodak from back in the day.
Okay.
Like the Polaroid?
No, just like the regular in your hand, like little Kodak, like you take pictures and you can.
Yeah.
I think it might just USB to your computer or whatever like that. Like kids today wouldn't know what to do with the photomat. They wouldn't know where to go to get the hour developing. They had no idea.
Develop photos anymore.
It's like CVS does.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So they do passports. They do passports and stuff. Yeah. But
things like that.
Isn't that funny? Like back in the day, like the days of the blockbusters, you had the little 1 hour photo, drop it off, come back, get it developed type thing. Like, relics.
And then you didn't know what the pictures would look like. You're like, shit.
Yeah.
I bought that whole roll of film and I got 2 good pictures out of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tap out. My back's starting to go from sitting. So
okay, I understand.
Yeah. Have a
back
good
issues.
Good holiday weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
You too.
All right, you too, Dave.
All right, we'll see you.
You hope you get feeling better.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
The back, your back and teeth, I think, are the worst pains.
Yeah, back and teeth are bad, but I mean, yeah.
Back for
Being a
sure.
guy, there's one area I wouldn't want pain in. I'm just saying.
Well, that pain usually doesn't last that long.
Still sucks when it happens, though.
Man down. Man down.
You know what's funny though is women's boobs are like that. Like
the same way?
Well, you don't like not just touching them, but like when you have kids or whatever, and they're like kneeing all over them, and that fucking hurts. It's just like they get like one little, that hurts.
You think it's a jungle gym?
Like, hey, start swinging.
I could probably stretch mine out and use that some kind of a jungle gym. I probably could.
One to the other.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like the rings. Yeah,
Yeah,
that you grab
yeah.
what are those rings you swing from on the jungle gyms? What are those
Oh,
called?
like, what's it? The monkey rings or something like you did?
I just know them as a ring. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about, yeah. Or the monkey bars were the bars you would climb across, like yeah.
So that would make sense if they were called monkey rings.
But Sapporo and Stone are expanding here in the state. They want to expand U.S. beer sales, so they're going to be doing more of a push here. So Sapporo, of course, was also the parent company of Anchor, which Anchor had been shut down. So they're putting money in behind Stone now. So make sure, if you're a Stone fan, to keep an eye out for some of the Stone beers.
Isn't Sapporo like a fancy restaurant or Sapar something?
No, that's the old pizza place.
The brewery. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Dave had to jump off. But Illinois breweries are fighting Springfield right now for the right to continue making THC drinks. So apparently in Springfield, they're trying to stop them from making some of the THC drinks. So, I actually did see this first commercial for it. It's kind of funny though, but Deadpool and Wolverine, which I'm a Marvel guy, so I'm looking forward to the Marvel
I am too.
movie. But their Heineken ad came out and it became one of the first MCU's first beer sponsorships. But if you haven't seen it, check out the Deadpool and Wolverine Heineken commercial. It's actually pretty funny on how they actually put that together. So,
what's MCU?
Marvel Universe. Yeah.
Marvel.
All the Marvel. Yeah. Yeah. So all the Marvel comics and stuff like that. Which a new Blade movie will be coming out at some point too.
I'm pretty good at acronyms.
Yeah. Put you on Wheel of Fortune. It's a crap. If this was something I shared earlier in the week. I think it might have been on a Facebook page or Twitter or whatever. But it's a craft beer apocalypse coming from Atlanta. So they were talking about in Atlanta, a lot of the breweries are being closed down or they're closing down, lack of sales, or it may be. So I think it's just more the contraction still taking place. But if you're down there in the Atlanta area, let me know if you're seeing some stuff happening. That's kind of crazy. I said that Brian the Beer Snob on her. Blue was here earlier with Blues in Georgia, but they are seeing some hits taking place.
I just kind of feel like a lot of people don't want to go out and do stuff. They just want to get it and bring it home. You know, like I think.
But with COVID too,
COVID just screwed everything.
Now everybody kind of got used to like, okay, let's just hang out.
COVID affected me the complete opposite. Before COVID, I want to stay home, and then after COVID, I was stuck in the house for so long. I'm like, get me the hell out of this house, and that was And now I want to be out. I don't want to be here.
Which is funny because I'm going to share something on that here in a little bit too, as well. And then the last beer news story: South Australian craft brewer creates beer made with camel dung. I don't know if Sam, if you're still here, if you know about this happening in South Australia, but if you do, tell them to stop. Craft beers definitely went too far. We don't need camel dung type beers. Like,
do we need panties beer?
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Well, it's not the panties; it's the yeast.
The
that were in the
panties.
Yeah, do we need the panties beer?
I thought she said. I thought she said panties, and she stretched it out.
Panties beer.
Panties beer. And
no, we really don't. But it's just the funniness that we see on some of the stuff being done here. So they feed the
That's
camels like some type of special
I
grain
feel
or
like
whatever.
all that beer should
Yeah.
be like in a category of its own, like a specialty,
like novelty beer.
yeah, novelty beer. There you go.
Like ship beer? Like ship beer. It should be in the ship beer category.
Yeah. Or the practical joke section beer. You know, put it in a can that says it's a Hefeweizen and be like, hey, try this. And then fine print, it says from strippers' panties.
Yeah.
I feel like these South Australia brewers had too much time on their hand if they're making this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, don't know what the purpose is of it. I don't know.
But Australia and
South
camel,
Australia, yeah.
Is there camels in Australia?
I don't know, but they're making it out of their dung. I don't know if it gets shipped in or what. It's gotta be hot if it comes in. Well, you don't want it hot. You don't want it hot.
Why would they go with kangaroo dung?
Steaming.
I don't know. Maybe the proteins. I
Probably
don't know.
already done.
It's dung. You're asking the wrong guy.
What difference?
I didn't like that she was diving into dung in Jurassic Park. Like, anyway, so that was the beer news for this week. Let's go back to comments and see what people happen to think about some of the beer news. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff there for sure.
Right. I just had an idea.
The art of baloney.
The idea is for beer news each week, you should come up with 2 truths and a lie beer news. And you should give us 3 beer news, and we have to pick out which one is made up.
Or no, they get which one.
2 truths and a lie.
Oh, 2 truths and a lie. Oh,
you got
There you go.
Because some of these seem like they're so out there that they don't sound like they could be true.
That'd be good.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Or I could do another live stream during the week and 2 truths and a lie, and do different beer stuff too.
There you go.
Then I'm gonna try to do some more live streams, I think. So
there you go.
Bourbon glazed bologna. Doesn't that sound scrumptious?
Oh, that sounds awesome. Yes.
How about bourbon glazed chicken wings? We don't need to waste it on bologna.
You get bourbon glazed chicken wings in places.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome too. There's nothing wrong with bourbon glazed bologna.
Well, you guys try it and tell me how it is.
Saturday looks better. Yeah. Saturday looks better. Why? Yeah, you got the weather coming up there to Illinois as well. Bologna is an art. Don't F it up. Yeah, I agree, Jody. I agree.
That's true.
So they're giving them the Subway foot-long treatment.
Oh, the beer's being poured too short. That's what it's talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
because the footlongs weren't a foot long.
Yeah, they weren't a foot long, right? They weren't bread either, but that's a whole different thing. But it's just funny, like it looked like bread. I haven't had Subway in years, actually. Now I think about it, but they were basically short pouring a lot of people there, and like I said, in the UK, like if Craig was here, he would tell you like it's not cheap right now over there for stuff. Well, yeah, I'm one of those guys. Don't.
Simpson.
Yeah, flop it and clock it. Osama bin Laden. I mean, yeah, it's this brewery's they make fun of dictator type stuff when they put it in there. Osama bin Laden's been dead for years. Time's up. It's been enough time. So
Yeah.
You
But
know,
you have to, but it's like
still funny. It's still funny.
It is funny. It is funny, but some people, it just says Osama bin Laden. Some people might be a fan of Osama bin Laden, and then they see that and be like, "Oh,
well, it's funny because not to get like into the full whole political type thing because we never do that around here. But like some of the protesters at some of the protests and stuff, they were like saying stuff, and it was like the stuff they were saying was like something Osama bin Laden would have been saying. They were saying at some of the schools and everything that were taking place.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, they're like, you know who you're quoting right there? And they're like, huh? Like they don't even know who they're quoting half the time.
No.
They need to make it clear that it's what's it? Satire. They need to make it clear that it's satire and not supportive.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I said, I mean, marketing worked for them. Apparently they sold out. So yeah. Those lager men had her. Piece of Port took the turbine head dude off their old can of old Swamis and replaced it with a surfer dude. Oh, they had a thing on there. Okay. Piece of Port does some pretty good beers. I do like their beers.
I've never heard of them.
Putin in my Pilsner. That's pretty good, Jody. That's pretty good.
Oh, yes, I love that. Yes, that would be a good name. That is a clear name.
Putin Pills, yeah.
Pills.
Sewer water into beer. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, I think Shannon caught their mistake is the whole marketing part of it alone.
Yeah, call it sewer water.
Yeah.
Florida turns sewage into drinking water. Yeah, and that's why we have issues with Florida. That's why we have issues with Florida, Aubrey, down there sometimes.
Well,
No need to advertise it though. So
Everybody knows the whole Florida man tales. Like, a Florida man wrestles an alligator. Florida man does this in traffic. Florida man, like, there's a Florida man because of the water they're drinking. There's something in that old saying. There must be something in the water. Yeah, it's sewage.
Yeah.
It is in the water.
Yeah. Why else is
It's obviously potable water in the German poopy beer. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're scientists. They figured it out. New York rat piss pilsner. I'm sure people will try it. I like all the beer for when you want to have a piss a lot.
yes, exactly.
be pissed about it, yeah, for sure.
At least the beer process requires boiling, right? You boil out the germs. There you go.
True.
The problem we've had with the HelloFresh is their stuff is never fresh when it arrives. And they send 3 meals at a time, so the third one is always unmakeable. Yes, we did HelloFresh for a period of time. But yeah, if you order too many, you get them, and it's like you can't even get to them all.
Like Hello Frozen.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do.
I'd rank kidney stones above tooth pain, though.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had kidney stones, so I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard kidney stones are the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend that had them, and he was in pain for a while.
My dad had him one time, and so many times.
That's when you got to.
You know.
I wonder are kidney stones worse for a guy than a woman? Because they say, like, for a guy,
And our pussies.
what they say, if a guy to feel like what it is to give birth, it would be kidney stones would be the most pain the guy would go through, because you got to pee it out, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
so
if a woman has kidney stone, I think we're just tougher.
well, it's probably a bigger hole there too, right? So compared to the
No,
guy,
It's
so
not a bigger hole. A urethra is a urethra.
regardless of the guy or the female,
Yes.
I mean, okay, it's just a little hole in the guy. I'm just saying.
Well, the vagina and where the pee comes out doesn't come out of your vagina; it comes out of your urethra.
It does. It does. Yeah.
So it's the same. But
I mean, I've never like tried to inspect that part. I'm just saying.
well, as you shouldn't probably.
Probably.
But
I know some guys that probably went wrong hole in it, but yeah.
Oops, wrong hole.
That's our brewery down the street. They got a beer. It's called Oops, Wrong Hole.
Oops. But sometimes no, but the women have to be. The woman is the one that says, "Hey, wrong hole."
Yeah. Oh, they're like, oh, back it up then? No, not that hole either.
Jesus.
The guys are like, there's so many options. There's so many options.
Hey, I'm like, one option's going to be nice and one option's going to be real bad because you got to prep for that shit.
West Coast IPAs were where I started. Racer X. I just found out about the Racer X. I do want to try that one. Sapporo is a region of Japan, but it's also a beer. There you go.
Sapporo is a Japanese restaurant too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it?
That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
The state was more controlled, but Illinois already has among the highest price for adult receiving weed in the country. Yeah. I wonder how much it compared there compared to here. If you watch Madam Web, great movie. I have not. I've seen the I've seen the stuff for it.
It's got like a 4 on IMDb.
You can't trust everybody. You got to check it out yourself.
Because I saw a trailer.
A 4 out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw a
okay.
trailer for it and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good.
People talk about Jay and Silent Bob. I'm like, that is some funny shit. I don't know what your humor level is, but Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back is pretty funny to me. But you may not like it. I don't know. You got to check it out yourself.
It's what
yeah, I liked it too.
It's like you got to take it for what it is. Everything's
Yeah.
not a masterpiece.
Yeah. Some movies are just like lay on the couch and watch movies.
Yeah.
You're not trying to win an Oscar. You're not trying to do this Academy Award type thing. I just want to chill Joe Dirt is like a movie like that. Joe Dirt's not going to win anything, but you know what? On a Saturday afternoon when it's raining outside, it's pretty damn funny.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to think about anything else. I don't want to go out and do stuff. I generally don't like people. I just want to drink alone and be happy. Are you trying to imitate me, Bourbon, right now? Is that what you're trying to do? I don't go anywhere.
I
like some people, but there's a lot that are kind of like.
See, I feel like I like more people than I don't.
As I've gotten older, I've started to get, I would say more. I've become less tolerant of some of the stupidity that I see out there.
See, I've become more tolerant as I've gotten older.
See, I'm just like, I feel like you should know stuff by now. Like, you're still doing the same dumb thing. I can't help you.
Yeah, but not everybody's had the same life experiences we have, and not everybody's brain works the same. And maybe they are doing way better than they used to be. You know, and they're still not quite up to par, but they're doing better.
And JT said camels were imported to Australia over 100 years ago, so they do have camels apparently.
Oh, okay. All right.
How do we make beer with an edge? Oh, I know. Let's push.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I got a great idea. Let's put shit in this beer.
Yeah, let's do that.
These aren't like a lot of camels there, but it's a thing. It's a thing. Not a lot, but they are there. Enough there. Get out to the local zoo. So,
yeah.
According to many reviewers, Madam Web is an infamously bad movie. The writing is stiff, the plot predictable, the acting uninspired. It's as bad. It may take down Marvel movies altogether. Oh, I won't take down one bad movie of Marvel, which we already know. Like, we've had stuff like other ones that have come out that have not been as great. Spider-Man 2, 3, or whatever. Some other different ones. People still like the Marvel movies. The different studios do it differently.
I get Marvel mixed. I mean, I just lump it into comic book movies. So I know DC Comics, that's the thing, right?
DC movies have been worse. On the long jam versus the Marvels. Yeah,
like I see movie, and then is Marvel the one with Wolverine?
Yes.
Yeah, like I like that whole genre with like Wolverine, and
then the
like Deadpool and the Avengers, Black Panther, all of them. That's how Marvel.
I don't think I've ever watched
Iron Man.
Oh, that's like a bunch of.
It's all when it get together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't seen.
Which is funny because when you watch Deadpool, you watch the Deadpool movies.
Oh, I love Deadpool.
Because Deadpool makes fun, like he makes fun, like in the I think it was the second one. He made fun of like it's like the studio couldn't afford all the other actors, and even some, because he looks at the camera, he talks to you while he's doing it, because they're making all the Avenger movies and they got all the actors in that one, but his doesn't have them all. Yeah.
So I love this song, and it's in 2 movies I know of, and one of them is Deadpool, and the other one is called A Promising Young Woman, which is a very good movie also. And it's Angel of the Morning. Juice Newton, Just Call Me Angel.
Oh, Angel in the Morning. God, that's a blast from the past. Wow. Yes,
but that's in Deadpool, and it's in A Promising Young Woman. And both times they play it, it's like the perfect song for that moment.
Juice Newton back in the day,
I love that song.
Back in the early 80s, I was a high school kid growing up. I'm like, yeah, all right. Madam Web was okay. Yes, there are plot holes. If you strive to hate it, there are always ways to do so. Just watch the damn thing and move. That's what I'm saying. You just chill and watch the movie. Just chill.
You give it a try, and if you're you're in
great point, Shannon. Yeah.
It's in the middle of it. You're like, I don't like it. Then you turn it off.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes, 11% tomato meter, 57. So the majority of the audience actually liked it then because of 57% score, so more than average.
But that's also think about the people who fill that shit out.
Is it the critics?
Like the people, or no? You got to think about like as an average person, what type of person goes online
that's true too,
and rates a movie? People that are like really diving into a movie and picking it apart. Like I'm not picking. I'm just watching it, and I'm like, I watch a movie. I'm like,
entertainment purposes.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't feel a need to go write about it online. So people that do probably are more invested in the way it's made and the storyline and the acting, and they're more serious about theatrical or production or whatever. And
it's like Dave Chappelle and the Haters Ball. People just hating on it. But what do you think about Pabst Blue Ribbon?
What? Pabst Blue PBR? I love PBR.
Let's see if you love it that much.
Hank,
Oh.
after all these years of marriage to Martha, I ain't never been with her to the female doctor until yesterday. You ever been? Hank, I thought she had been saying she was going to get a Pabst beer. And I was like, well, shit, drink it up, baby. Pabst Blue Ribbon, that's what I thought. And I thought when she said menopause, she was giving me a break. A menopause. Give the men a pause, a break. Well, shit, no, that's not what goes on. We went up there and she put her feet up in that thing and he pulled out some damn needle nose pliers that long and rooted around down in there. I thought I was going to have to fist fight the son of a bitch after I passed out and came back to. Hank, I went out. I needed a Pabst beer after that. Lord have mercy. I said, damn, baby, you are tough as nails after going through that. No way I'd have that shit done to me. No. That son gonna look painful. I ain't ever doing that shit. Oh, my Lord. Have mercy.
Yes. I've seen that one before, yes. Hey, I'm telling you. It's not fun. But
That's funny.
Menopause.
Let's see here. We watched it for the campy laughs. Oh, the Madam Web.
Yeah.
People who spend time thinking about movies and writing about it have seriously more time.
Right. Yeah. That's like.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that could be their job to do that too, because they're critics. There's YouTube channels where they review stuff as well. So
it's also like entertainment purposes.
And it's
only.
also
Do you
like
it or not?
Amazon
Just go
reviews.
on. Yeah.
Some people like if I find something that I'm like, oh my God, I love this, I might be, I mean, I would think about it. I probably wouldn't actually do it, but like I should get on here and talk about how great this product is. But then like I would rather get online and say something's great than it's bad, because I don't want to, they're trying their best, so I don't want to be like, your product sucks. But
you don't want to tear them down.
But
PBR
I'm just
too sweet, Rod said. I like some PBR. But I'm going to grab a beer before we close down at 11 here. Let me grab another beer real quick.
Yeah, I got one more too.
Yeah,
all right. Well, we're all going? All right. Well, while we go, we're going to take a little break here and grab a beer. And what do we got for you guys?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's Rick there, please.
Yes, it is.
There have been many times you and I have gone round and round, and we've bled the same blood in the same muds. But this time it's all about business, Jack.
Oh, let's do it.
You and I, Friday night, Daddy, at the Fulton County Stadium. The Great American Bear. Dusty rides on the edge of a lightning bolt with a silver saddle, Daddy. Now you come on down there with your limousine and your horsemen. Bring your A-game. Yeah, it's Rick there, please.
This is.
It's time for you to meet your maker in the American dream. Dusty Rhodes is up for the challenge.
I think the American dream's barking up the wrong tree.
We'll see if your blood is as red as mine, Mr. Flares.
We will find out indeed, sir.
That's right, find out in Flint. You a yellow dog. You hung your phone up on me.
May I take a message?
Yes. Tell him this is Big Dust, the American dream.
Big Dust, the American dream?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a friend of his?
More of a nemesis, I guess you could say.
Are you Bob Klepak's friend?
I do not know who this Klepak fella is. All I know is that the other night, when Rick hit me from behind, I saw where the line was drawn, and now... Friday night at Starcade! Myself! Hey! Where did you go, baby dog? That bicycle! He's got a bicycle!
You can never get enough Dusty Rhodes. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Good, yeah.
So I ended up grabbing one from Lone Pine Brewing Company. It is the OJ Double IPA, 8.1% ABV, right there. This is the one I grabbed up in New Jersey. So fresh, squeezed American hops packed into a pure citrus juice box, 0% fruit, fresh, never frozen, not from concentrate. Unfiltered, unpasteurized, because all good things are wild and free. Craft beers are better fresh. Live yeast may settle. So you got to make sure you roll the can there. Brewed and canned by Lone Brine Brewing Company, Portland and Gorham, Maine. All these beers I picked up from New Jersey, few have been from New Jersey. I'm just saying. It's funny. Like they've been Vermont and Maine.
Hey, let me show you. So this is what we do to medications when you're not supposed to shake them, but you're supposed to mix it. You go like this. And you could turn it upside down. And
Yeah. Ooh,
there you go.
There you go.
So we open up and then go.
No, it should.
Right. Like, oh, God damn it, Shannon.
I wish I would have thought about it. I would have actually
like we did this.
Yeah. OJ, the juice is loose.
Look at that head.
There you go. Oh, that's what she said.
I was baiting you, Rod. I was baiting you.
Well, that's orange mustiness right there. Oh, look at that. Gratitude. There you go.
That's one of my Rod J deal.
You got some good deals.
What's that called? What is it? How do you pronounce like the
Ardita?
Ardita.
The thing over the A that is like in Spanish. Can't remember what
like the little mark above the.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
How do you pronounce it when it's?
Top. It's like a long A, like Ardita.
Ardita.
Okay.
I believe from what I took in Spanish years ago.
Gratitude.
Is that a Spanish beer?
Ardita.
No.
You ever watch some of the Spanish soap operas on TV? Like you're flipping through and you just see them and it's just like everything is so dramatic with the words and stuff. Like it's just like so intense.
Yeah, it's dramatic.
The language of love or something. I don't know. It's just like they're like really. It's like Captain Kirk doing every role. It's just like everybody's all into their words, William Shatner style.
Well, see, I would love to learn Spanish. I would love to do a lot of things, but I get into
You can learn Spanish really easy, especially now with the programs.
This one's from Connecticut, also.
Ooh,
up there in your
Connect.cut.
Connect-to-cut.
Maplewood Moonfruit Double Dry Hop Double IPA 8% ABV. Tastes like hazy pineapple juice. Juices are out. OJ.
Does it taste like OJ?
OJ.
Actually, no. I expected to be more juicier than it actually is, but it's not as juicy as I thought it was going to be. It's an IPA. Well, you can have like juicy IPAs.
Yeah.
But it's not as juicy, but you get a nice feel of the hops.
You know, I don't like IPAs, but what my observation of IPAs has been, they always smell like they say what's on the bottle, like on the can, like if it's peanut or, whatever the ingredients are, like the fruits or whatever. It smells like what it says on the can, but then it never tastes like it.
Never tastes like it, yeah.
It just tastes like hops.
Well,
that can definitely happen.
Yeah, but for you especially when you don't like it. So
yeah, I do not like all that. I do not like hoppy beers.
That's initially what you're going to taste at the start for sure.
I mean, you can, once you swallow it, the aftertaste, you can taste all that stuff. But I'm like, well, it's already ruined because I already tasted the hops and I can't enjoy the fruit now. But
let's take a look. Problems. So what I started doing this week on the channel, I've been doing some weekly community polls, right? So just kind of doing some different things with the channel. We'll take a look back here if I can pull it up. Let me see. Maybe. Computer going so slow. All right, gotta share my screen. So I've been doing the polls on the channel, and some of you have definitely been taking it apart. Just kind of sharing some different things out there. So just to kind of give an update on some of those, which on the other poll, by the way, New England Hazy is definitely the clear winner thus far. 4 macros to choose from. Which one are you choosing?
I can't see them.
Right now, I got Bud. Yeah, we would see maybe see better like that.
There you go.
So we got the
Yeah, I can see.
Budweiser, Miller, Coors, and Pabst. And right now, Miller is out 47%. Almost nearly half the
Wow.
people
Rod,
are taking Miller. On the ones here,
Those four,
yeah. Which one would you pick?
ooh, probably for me, I would probably lean more toward, I want to say probably Coors or Pabst, but Miller is actually pretty decent too. Bud would
Well,
be the
you can
last
only
for
pick
sure.
one, Rod.
Gun to head.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably go Coors.
Okay. What would you pick, Todd?
PBR.
I'd pick PBR too.
Well, there you go. So PBR right now is in second place. So if you haven't got a vote in there, make sure you vote to get who you would pick. And then also, we went down here because we're on Memorial Day weekend. Which of these barbecue dishes are you pairing your beer with? Are you a wings person, a brisket person, pulled pork, or ribs? And ribs is clearly in the lead right now.
What would you pick,
50%. I'm a brisket guy. I would pick brisket myself. Although ribs would be a second place there.
I've got a brisket in the freezer I need to cook.
But what would you pick?
Out of those,
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of a different occasion kind of thing, really.
Okay.
I mean, out of those, probably ribs.
If you could,
No, out of those, probably
right,
ribs.
yes. But my question, this is the way I'm looking at it. If I could have any of those cooked exactly like I want them to be cooked, then it's going to be hard between the wings and the ribs.
Yeah, the wings
Ooh.
are second there probably for me also. But I mean, I made wings the other night and they were pretty good.
You're
weren't
right.
they?
I mean,
Not to what I would make them, but normally, but they were still pretty good.
I'd actually probably pick the wings if they were cooked exactly like I liked them. I'd probably pick wings.
So you mean to tell me nobody's going to choose pulled pork? Nobody likes pulled pork?
I mean, I like pulled pork too. Also,
Pulled pork is the most. I mean, wings is
basic.
probably the most
Kinda
common,
basic,
but
too.
pulled pork
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
I mean, brisket and ribs would be the top two for sure, just because
Yeah.
they're more not common.
Brisket and ribs would be the one. Although you can't, the wings that could be in the running, but the brisket and the ribs, come on, man.
But I mean, as far as eating and getting one, yes, brisket for sure because
It's hard though. Ribs,
because you don't
my
get
God.
brisket that often, or you don't get brisket. So it's like
Brisket with the pickles and the onions, yeah.
I changed my mind. My mom she used to make country style ribs.
That's what mama used to do.
And
also,
she would put them in a pressure cooker, and then my dad would take them out to the grill after they got real good and tender, put them on the grill, and then barbecue them and everything out on the grill. And then the only thing with those kind of ribs is you have to make sure sometimes when you buy them, there's a lot of fat in them.
You got to trim it off, yeah.
Fat in them, oh my God, they are the most melt in your mouth. Perfect.
That's what Tony does with this.
Yes. So I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with the country style ribs. Pork ribs.
They didn't have a choice. It was just ribs or
ribs, Todd, ribs.
Well, you're getting specific, and it wasn't.
I didn't separate pork and beef. I just said ribs. Yeah. Yeah. Ribs are tasty though. And then what's the other one? And where do you prefer to enjoy your beer? Bar, home, brewery, or outdoors? And this goes to the thing earlier that Shannon, you had mentioned, kind of like, I think you mentioned, but people take it home. It's like 70% say home.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you pick,
Rod? That's about a long shot too.
Yeah, I'm more of a home person to do it and stuff. Now, when I go traveling, I like going to a brewery to kind of get the feel of it and stuff like that. But if it's just like I'm in my home location, then it's gonna be home for me for the most part. Bars, I'm past the bar stage, right? So it gets a little sloppy in bars at times, all kind of stuff. Outdoors is nice. Like when I was in Kentucky, going down to like Gatlinburg or something, you get a cabin and being outdoors, enjoying the beer and getting the views, made a nice little play. But home is probably the number one for me.
Cool about you?
Probably brewery.
That's what I thought you would pick.
And then closely home. Like I'd be fine just having beers.
What do you think my answer would be?
You?
Yeah.
Outdoors.
Yep, outdoors all the way. That's totally. That's not even a question.
And then the last one here.
Ooh.
What's your go-to pairing for these four? You had the burger, the cheese, the sushi, and the pizza. Which I'm give props. Somebody did choose sushi. I like that sushi got picked. Nobody chose cheese. Nobody wanted cheese with beer.
Oh, I don't like to eat when I'm drinking.
Burger or pizza? Burger's out in front on that one.
For me, pizza.
Yeah, I think I'd just pick pizza because I could just like take a bite of it and be done with it, and that would be it.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, cheese and
cheese.
I mean, there's been nights where
people do beer. Beer Man does a beer and cheese show every week. People like to pair cheese and beer.
mean, there's been nights where when we're on here, I'll have some cheese just sitting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't like
our
yeah.
show, you know. It's like, but I like cheese and you don't.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not a big cheese fan, so that probably is.
But out of those four, pizza for me.
Yeah. JT's asking me to refresh the polls for him, so let me hit the refresh button here. See, there's any change. Any change? Well, we still got Miller out in front. You know, Pass moved up a little bit there, 26% now. Coors at 21, so Coors moved up a little bit. Budweiser still trailing. This is like that race when they run in. What park is it they run in? Is it Chicago or Milwaukee where it's like the hot dog and the sausage and they all race each other? Todd, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Milwaukee, they do
How does a hot dog and a sausage?
Oh, we got pulled pork in the house now. Pulled pork does make an appearance, but ribs is still the clear leader. Wings has moved up. Wings is right there, and then we got. Let's see here. Home is still the leader, clear shot leader on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No way.
We got burger still leading there. Pizza right there, 30. So pizza's trailing behind. So no love for the cheese. No love for the cheese.
Yeah.
Let's see here. As we scroll down, and if you didn't miss it, last week was Happy Craft Beer Week. That was actually last week, by the way. Wait, did I go too far? I went too far. Let me see. It's gone too far. Yeah, that was the last one. This was the last one right there. Yeah, okay. So yeah. So yeah. So if you haven't done the poll, make sure you answer on the poll part as well if you'd like to have your poll actually cancel, not cancel, but caught for your choice.
Your poll caught for your choice.
Your selection counted. I don't know.
P-O-L-L or P-O-L-E?
P-O-L-L. P-O-L-E's at another location.
Ooh. There you go.
That's a whole different thing with the P-O-L-E.
Right. Tell him you're going to make it for me. Yeah, I mean... But see, now I was like, I could, you know, because my mind works. You should go back through those polls and you should rank them 1 through 4. Like, what's your first choice, your second choice, your third choice?
Well, you gonna re-rank them.
It's just a thought. See, that's my problem. I say things and I don't really care if it happens or not. It just comes out. But I'll be thinking, which would I do? Ribs, chicken wings, brisket, and then pulled pork would be my ranking.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying there. All right.
Yeah. And then it would be pizza, burgers, sushi, and then cheese.
Sushi would be good for you?
Yeah.
Really?
With beer.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, with beer. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I might do cheese before beer just because I don't think that sushi and beer would be very good together.
Oh, they're good together.
Before sushi. Yeah. Not before
sushi.
Beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sushi and beer can go together.
I do like sushi. I like sushi.
Yeah. Sushi's pretty good. And just a reminder, let me go back and get comments here. Red Repo Man Rye Stout 6.2 from Revolution. Very nice.
Nice.
Do you think I would like a rye stout? Because I feel like that is a beer. When I hear it, I'm like, that sounds good.
The rye's
Last non-IPA, Lost 40.
I mean, if you like the spicy stuff, yeah. I mean, I like it. I like the rye.
Miller High Life wins all day. Flavor and price. But I love the
Definitely.
Coors Golds just as much. Yeah, Miller's a good deal. And Banquet, 5% ABV. I mean, you made a movie about hauling it, right? No other beer had a movie made about hauling it. Smokey and the Bandit. They were taking Coors. They weren't taking Budweiser. They were taking Pabst. Smokey and the Bandit. He was bootlegging Coors Banquet.
Cross country, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. See?
Though, because you all can go to the movie references. Like, you remember that. Like, I can watch all the, but as soon as I watch it, I'm like,
It's out.
okay,
Done.
I can't.
On to the next.
I can't use that information for anything important, so I forget about it.
I mean, we're guys. It's movies and sports
But
stats.
people,
We can pull them up like that. Don't ask us your birthday. I mean, that's a whole different thing. So, but yeah, we got limited space in here.
It's a whole different level there.
Your birthday or Tony Gwynn's birthday? I think Tony Gwynn, he's a famous ball player. I was making a joke.
Is this the movie reference?
No, he's a famous ball player.
He's one of the best hitters probably ever.
So why are we talking about his birthday?
I was saying,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, we'll remember sports stuff and we'll remember that, but we won't remember your birthday, but we'll remember like the athlete's birthday. Like it's kind of like, yeah.
Fair enough.
But now that I had to explain the joke just doesn't hold as much weight as it did when I brought it out. Yeah. Way to go, Shannon. Way to go.
I'm sure you got something to play for that, don't you?
What this is it's almost midnight or whatever. I can say this. My whole thing about myself is I will fuck up a wet dream. Will I not? Like, if I can fuck something up, I will fuck it up. Not on purpose and not in like a...
Well, I don't know how your wet dreams are. I mean, maybe.
It's a saying. It's not actually about my wet dreams. It's... If I can fuck something up, I will fuck it up. I'll spill something.
God.
I'll trip over it. I'll fuck it up.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good chance it's gonna. If it's
Anytime,
gonna happen, it's probably gonna happen.
Anytime I make a mistake, I'm like,
chance it will.
I'd fuck up a wet dream.
That being said, guess what, guys? We're at the end of the night because we can still hang out for a bit. I gotta hang it out for 3 hours so I can turn this into another thing that I do with, but this is fun. So tomorrow night, I'm still thinking of it, but I may be doing a Fan Friday live stream, which I'm going to actually look at taking your questions or just sharing some different things I'm thinking of. I'm not sure what time I may do it at. It might be around 9 o'clock or something like that and everything, just to have a little fun on a Friday night. So
awesome.
Make sure you guys are subscribed and notified for that as well. So that might be something coming tomorrow. Probably will come tomorrow. I got to just make sure, see if there's anything I'm going to do. The honeydew list, as we call it, is I don't know if women call it. I don't know if women have a honeydew list, but men have a honeydew list. So if I'm cleared up, I'm good to go.
You have a Todd list.
I will join.
You have a Todd list. You do not have a honeydew.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. If you do, I'll.
Okay. That may happen tomorrow. Okay. Well, if you're freed up, so a little more live stream action.
I'll be home. So.
Hey, but Rod, good news. I'm going back to day shift. So.
Oh, nice.
And I will be off every Friday again. So.
Oh, you know what that means? That means more Shannon. That means more Shannon.
There you go.
Can we give her a little bit? Give her a little bit there.
Oh, people are so nice to me here.
Yeah.
Like this, subscriptions are going up now just because, or going less. I'm not sure.
No, I gotta give you a little bit at a time. If I give you it all the time, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, with this bitch.
More Shannon is always a good thing. Always a good thing.
That's very sweet. Thank you, Rod.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So next Thursday we'll be back. The week after next Thursday, I will not be back because I'll be in Virginia Beach. But
the beach.
Vacation.
Hopefully everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend upcoming. Or, I say that now, but if I'm live tomorrow night, I'll say it again too. But if you can't make it tomorrow night, hope you have a great, safe Memorial Day weekend. You get there and drink. Know your tolerance. If you're on a spot where it's going to be hot, know the heat, because the heat will wear you down. So make sure you're drinking appropriately. Hydrate. Have your as Billy as the water boy would say, have some fine H2O, high quality H2O. Make sure you have that around as well. But that being said, we are out, and we will catch up with you guys next week. Maybe. or not, or we'll stay.
Are you okay? You're right.
I've got the button, but I was looking for something else on here, and it's not there. But anyway,
No, that's what he said. That is what he said.
That being said, we are out. Cheers, everybody.